Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tardis Zone live on this Wednesday night. How are you all doing? I hope you are doing well. I see that a lot of you have been in the chat early. We got the usual suspects there, but tonight, as voted by everybody, we will have phone-ins in tonight. So, if anybody wants to ring in, so the question I'm going to be asking everybody is this. Who would you choose to be the new Doctor? Now, obviously, not people that have been mentioned before, i.e., James Murray and Michael Sheen. I would like to hear what other choices you would have as your Doctor. Also, then we'll just obviously talk about other stuff as well. Every caller will have about 10 to 15 minutes. It depends on how the call is going, obviously, because, if it's your first time on, you might feel a little bit nervous, but don't worry. I'll be here to kind of coach you along. You know me, I'm a chatterbox anyway. Um, so yeah. So let's see. So I'll just give a few shout outs here first, and then we'll talk about the news that kind of broke last night. And I actually want to address that situation. Actually, I'm going to address it now, right? So last night, I put up on my Twitter, as you all know, that Matrix Lord 212 had broken the news that Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall were officially staying for Series 13. Now, he sent me a bit of information and he says he has a source. Now, I'm not going to say that the guy doesn't have a source. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because he's had to do a video to basically ask people to leave him alone. He's being attacked because he did those videos. Now, I just want to point out that I also deal in speculation and rumor. I have got the advantage that my source has been right 3 times. Okay, so my source is being spot on. That doesn't mean that this guy doesn't have a source. I'm not saying he has or hasn't. Either way, he has actually wrote in the comments in one of his videos that sometimes sources can give misinformation because they might have an agenda. Okay, now as I said, I'm not saying this guy has a source or not, but I have went to my source and other sources to have a look into this to see if there's any truth in this. And as far as they're concerned, there is nothing in it. But again, as Matrix Lord 212 rightly points out, sources can have an agenda. We just do have the advantage that my source has been right 3 times, but there's no need to be going and attacking the guy for doing videos because you were all defending me when Jodie Whittaker supporters were coming on here and attacking me. So why is it okay then to go and attack someone that obviously is a fan of the show and obviously they're worried, you know what I mean? And he might or may not have a source. I don't know. And I'm not going to discredit anybody, but I'm just going to say that I have went to my source and there seems to be no truth in this. But again, we have to wait and see. So I see Geek Name Joel is here, Stephen Cassidy, Yvette, Badwolf 66. We've got the wife here as well. Who else have we got? We've got Yvette. We've got Gary, Stephen Griffiths, Stephen Cassidy. Who else have we got? We've got Lindsay here as well. Craig is here. Welcome. Barry is here as well. How are you, Barry? Unknown 289 is here. Renee is here. Welcome, Renee. Therese is here. Welcome, Therese. Jack is here as well. Paul is here, and I think that's everybody. If I've missed anybody, I do apologize. Oh, Michael Richardson is here as well. So as I said, after this news broke, I went and obviously sent the video to the source, sent the information that I got, and the source got back to me today, and there is nothing in it. As far as they're concerned, nothing is coming out at the moment. So, look, as I said, there's multiple YouTubers out there, not just myself, that do deal in rumor and speculation. We just have the advantage that my sources come true, as we said, right? But that's not to say that Matrix Lord 212 doesn't have a source. So please do me a favor, guys, man. You know, whether you agree with these videos or not, please don't go on the and I'm not saying anybody here has, but don't go and attack the guy, because when pro Jody supporters were attacking me, we're all defending me, right? So I mean, it's, you know what I mean. There's going to be rumors flying out every day. You know that, right? The difference between me and my sources, we don't normally just jump the gun. We like to wait and see what's happened, you know what I mean, and try get some official word back. So, I mean, at the end of the day, someone actually said it there, Doctor Who, the Source Wars. That's exactly what it is. There's others. Now, there is other YouTubers out there, I won't mention them, that are deliberately putting misinformation out there because they want to make us look bad. And again, a certain YouTuber out there decided to do a video. Again, doesn't mention me by name, but has a clear pop at me because I speak about being passionate on this channel, and that's the line that they quoted. So they were talking about me. Now, I've said to this person already. I've wrote to this person. I've called this person out. I've told you once, and I'm going to tell you again. Stop making videos about me. All right. If you're not going to address me to my face, well, then stop wasting your time. If you want to believe in fairy tales and unicorns and rainbows and all that glitter crap, right, and believe that everything is okay, that is your right. As I told you again, don't be going around and discrediting other YouTubers. All right. Now, I'm not going to say it again, and the next time I will. There'll be a full blown Twitter conversation that everybody will see, because I'm not putting up with this anymore. Right? You have no right to be going around and doing what you're doing. Yeah, it's just a rumor that broke last night, Paul. Thing about it is, right, and I will say this: he's the only source talking about it, and all the other sources haven't even acknowledged this. So I don't know. Again, I can't say whether he has a source or not. That's not my business. But nobody should be actually going and attacking this guy for having, for saying he has a source or whatever, or putting information out there that you don't like. I mean, at the end of the day, fair enough. You would be all, including myself. I was a bit taken back by that news last night myself, so I had to go to the source because I was like, "What the hell?" Like, and they said, "Look, there's nothing in it." So don't be panicking. Right, as I said, tonight is phone in night. Oh, Milan Reviews is just at the popping in here as well, and Leland is here, and Marie. How are you? Just in case I miss you. And Dane is here. I've seen he's here as well, actually. And Ted is here, but he's looking at me real sinister. Ted hasn't been very good today. This is the thing. Yeah, Bad Wolf 66 says it. We can only wait it out until the announcements. Exactly. And I'm in the same situation as everybody else now. We just have to wait it out. You know what I mean? Oh, by the way, Friday, I might have a very well. I will be having. I will be having a very, very special guest on. They will be talking about, obviously, every rumor that has been out there. They're gonna along with myself. We're going to talk about all these rumors and break them down basically, and you know so it's going to be an interesting conversation. So Friday we normally have a different night, but because this guest is only available Friday, that's why they're coming on. So I will have a special guest on Friday. Can someone phone in to just say how much they hate Yaz, says Craig? Well, listen, if you just want to come in and talk about any of the companions as well, you can talk about any of the companions. Now, Mr. Tardis Reviews is tweeting the rumor that Chibnall has been rehired. Yeah, I wouldn't be listening to him, but rehired. But yeah, see, this is not my worry, because I think it was a geek named Joel that said it to me last night when we were talking about this, actually. I think it was geek named Joel. But what if they like Matrix Lord 212 is not denying the fact that there was problems, right? That something happened, right? But apparently what's happened is this so-called meeting that was supposed to happen Well, apparently everything was supposed to be ironed out at that meeting. But again, it comes from one source only. And the thing about it is, it's not coming from any other multiple sources. Like, here's the thing: when the Cardiff thing released, it came out by it was multiple sources, right? This latest rumor is only coming from Matrix Lord 212. Again, I'm not saying he doesn't have a source. He could very well do have a source. But now you see what happens. The woke pro Jody, Mr. Tardis reviews, who have had run-ins with, who's a plank in my opinion. He would know Dr. Hilva smacked him in the face, to be quite honest with you. Now he's obviously retweeting that rumor because he knows his supporters, which he does have a lot of, will retweet that rumor too. Do you know what I mean? This is what they do. You know what I mean? They'll pick up on a video, they retweet it, and then it goes like wildfire. See, this is the thing now. The pro Jody side have decided to reassert themselves, right? Because they've been quiet the last couple of weeks since all this broke, right? Now they're starting to reassert themselves because they were quiet for a while. The thing about it is that we must just hold firm. Just wait until the news comes out anyway, right? They'll all look foolish anyway in the long run. Oh, by the way, just do you remember I told you all a subscriber had sent me a bottle of champagne? Well, I went and I collected it today. So there's the bottle of champagne. So this will be the bottle of champagne that I will be opening. And Ted wants to come over now. Do you want champagne? This will be the champagne that I'm opening up when the announcement is made. And someone says give it a shake. I'm hardly going to give it a shake now. But this is it. That's how confident I am, right? That they're gone, right? I wouldn't be gone. Either way, anyway, this will be opened when they're gone, right? Hopefully it's after Series 12 like we've been told, right? And then I can open this bad boy. So thank you. You know who you are. You don't want to be mentioned, obviously, but thank you very much for this. I really appreciate it. And I know you've sent a gift as well, which I'm going to collect tomorrow, hopefully, or see. Excuse me, or see if it's available yet. But thank you very much. I really appreciate this. I cannot believe that. Like, seriously, I actually thought, when I got the emails at first, I thought it was a bit of a joke. But then when they start sending me screenshots, and then I went up and I collected it, and it was there for me. Like, yeah, and it's a reserve one as well. It's not a cheap bottle of champagne either. You know the way you can get the cheap bottles. It's not an old cheap bottle. So yeah, so we'll be enjoying that bad boy when the announcement is made. And yes, people will say, it's the pro Jody will be saying, "Oh, I hope it doesn't happen." So you look foolish. I don't give a shit if I look foolish. I'm still going to pop it open and drink it anyway. They're going to be gone at some stage. Sooner rather than later. Yeah, he wanted that champagne, didn't he? He was like, "Well, what's going on?" He thinks it's a bottle for him to play with. That's what it is. He's not getting it. That's my champagne. That's the champagne that we pop open when Jody is gone. Listen, as I said, anyway, we won't know until any official announcement is made, right? I will say so far, right, without sounding too cocky, the odds are in their favour at the moment because obviously, as we said, the sources came true. So if anybody is worried, right, do I look worried right now? I don't, unless something changes. One worry is that this meeting was a way of trying to get things sorted out, which I hope hasn't happened. I hope there has been too much damage done. Now, listen, if they do end up staying, and I'm not saying that my sources said anything, right? I'm just speculating here. If they do stay, right, this is how you get rid of them. Everybody needs to boycott everything Doctor Who, right? You want to get rid of them? That's how you do it anyway. And Yvette says she's not worried because Yvette also has her own sources. So if Yvette is saying she's not worried either, I'm far more confident as well because Yvette has her own sources and Yvette has been spot on with her source information as well. So I mean, look, Yvette, what you call it, was one of those that said, I think it was the Cybermen as well. When I said the Cybermen, she confirmed it as well. She was one of those that confirmed it along with my source. So, look, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Look, as I said, the cards will all lay down on the table when the announcement is made, and then we'll know what's what, and we'll see. But I just hope this meeting. This is what I just have that slight thing in the back of my head though. If that meeting was a team bonding thing to try sort things out, then seriously, they've screwed Doctor Who. It's finished. It's finished. If they keep Jodie Whittaker past Series 12 and Chris Chibnall past Series 12, right? After Series 13, there will be no show to save. Now, they're talking about this 5-year plan again, right? I don't know why people keep bringing up this 5-year plan. A 5-year plan can be ripped up just as easy as the paper it was written on. Okay, so I mean, even bringing that up into the equation has nothing to do with it. At the end of the day, even Matrix Lord 212 has said it himself, has acknowledged that something happened, right? So everybody can't be wrong on that one, right? Because multiple people are saying that something happened, right? So I thought it's just going to be a long way. I just want it over and done with, to be quite honest with you. I don't even know what the announcement is going to be in September. I haven't got a clue. Even the source at the moment, nobody knows. Nobody knows. The only one that seems to be getting information at the moment is actually Matrix Lord 212, because nobody else is getting information. So, I don't know. Oh, trimming the beard. Yeah, I trimmed the beard today before I came on. Why, have you noticed that, or do you saying I should trim it more? uh, so yeah, that's basically all I want to say on that. But another thing, yeah, but look. At the end of the day, you know, there's no point of picking on someone because they've come out with information that they say they've received off a source. Sure, I'm saying the same thing to you guys, and you defend me when I'm being attacked. Again, we've been lucky on this channel, but just be nice to each. That's all. You know what I mean? Just be nice to each other. I mean, look, at the end of the day, he's dealing in information like I am, whether he's telling the truth or not, or whether he look. I know for a fact he believes what he's saying is true, just like I do. Right? Do I believe he's lying to people? No, I don't actually believe he's lying to people. I genuinely believe that he is getting information, whether it's off a source or not or whatever, but he's getting information somewhere. Is it true or not? My source says it's not true, right? And other sources are not speaking about this. He seems to be the only one speaking about it. So that's enough. Resubbed to bloody YouTube. Unsub me again, mate. I'm back as subscribed now again, mate, thankfully. Right, yeah, Daniel's just had to text me there on Messenger and telling me that he wasn't subbed. And he's already subbed to my channel. So if he's subbed to my channel, just make sure that he's still subbed, because YouTube is acting the maggot again. Right, so we're not. I'm gonna get me first caller on. And me first caller is actually on standby. So we'll get them on now. And I want you to you know, if you have any questions when everybody, right, I just want to make sure I get this right now. So here we go. Now, I'll just Hello.
Hello.
And here we've got Chuckzilla on the line. Hello, Chuckzilla. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. Yeah, the live chat here is going crazy. So we'll just get straight into it. So before you obviously came on, I had a little bit of a chat with you. Basically, I asked everybody a question that's coming on tonight. Who would you like to be the 14th Doctor?
Yeah, I would say for me, and I've said this, I've said it in the chat, and I've said it in other places. For me, it's still going to be Paul McGann.
Paul
I
McGann.
think, yeah, I think after everything for all the years he's actually been part of Doctor Who with the movie and Big Finish, I really let him get a shot. I think he really deserves a shot at that.
Interesting choice. There is rumors about a mini series.
Yeah, I heard that. I mean, it's an interesting idea, and I guess if we can't have him as a full Doctor, a little spin-off would be nice. But I don't know. I'd really like to see him get the full chance of being the Doctor.
Do you think today? Yeah, but would you think today's fans would actually embrace Paul McGann?
I think they would because he's not. I mean, I think he's in his 50s, so he's still not that old as far as some goes. But I just think as an actor, he's such a great actor, and I think he really. I think I posted on your group page the other day where I posted the mini episode they did for the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
And you just watch that. I mean, it's not even 7 minutes, and that 7 minutes eclipses everything in the last. I don't know. Well, certainly everything was season 11, but even the last few of the last couple seasons too, which I love Capaldi, Peter Capaldi. I love him.
Yeah.
I just think he got shafted.
Yeah, he did.
I think with good writing and everything, he'd still be there.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he could have. I think he could have been the longest serving Doctor we would have had. To be quite honest with you.
And he wanted to be there. He wanted to be there. I mean, he is a fan as well as he wanted to be there. And I don't like what happened to him. I think it's terrible. I mean, it's not the first time the BBC have done this to actors as we now know, and even now we found out about Eccleston, the way he was treated, which now it's funny because I didn't know that. You mentioned that. I was like, wow, I'm surprised. I had no idea about that.
Neither did I, because I've been very harsh. Cheryl will actually tell you this. I've been very harsh on Christopher Eccleston over the years, especially when he started coming back to all the conventions. I was like, he's only back for the money. But I didn't know he was actually blacklisted from the BBC, and that's horrible.
It is, and I think maybe most of us, I kind of thought that he used it as a springboard to go to Hollywood. That's the way it looked. So you think, he just wanted to do, he did the one season and buggered off, and so that's the way it looked. But now we find out, it's like, now I have a lot more respect for him because, as you say, he got blacklisted, and it's hard to say how long he would have, maybe would have done it for another season or two, but would have loved to have seen him do an extra couple seasons.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. It's actually, and you can see he still loves it because he's been at the conventions lately and stays back late. He stays back late all the time, and plays his guitar and stuff. He really entertains the fans. He seems to have a lot of time for them.
Well, and maybe this is, maybe he's slowly trying to get back in. As far as the money goes for signatures and stuff, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say on that. I mean, even though it's maybe his agent's pushing to ask for more, you never know.
Yeah, I don't know. So who would?
Well, I mean, so I mean, as far as Paul McGann is still. I really want him to get
right. But if you couldn't have Paul McGann, right? Say BBC said no, it's not going to be Paul McGann. So out of the two people that have been mentioned, I'm going to ask everybody this as well. Out of the two people that have been mentioned, James Murray and Michael Sheen, who would you prefer out of those two? And what would your advice be to BBC? What would you tell them to basically look? If it's Michael Sheen, go for Michael Sheen. If it's James Murray, go for James Murray, or just go for the best person.
Michael Sheen would be a wonderful choice. I think he's definitely got the credit, the credits there, and he would definitely make a bit of a splash because of his name, and he is a great actor.
Yeah.
The other fellow, I remember him from Primeval. I don't know, I haven't seen enough of his work to know.
Yeah.
I just remember him in Primeval. He wasn't really the central point.
He wasn't the main character in that or something, wasn't he? No.
Yeah, he was one of the side people in the show, so he wasn't like the head character. But I don't remember him well enough. I'd probably have to go back and rewatch it and see what he's like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that I remember that show came out to Troy Rival, Doctor Who, and it actually did well. I remember at the time it actually didn't do too bad. Now I wasn't into it myself now because I'm just Doctor Who and that's it. Do you know what I mean? There's only room for one. Well, not one British sci-fi show, but you know what I mean. One main on the main channel. Like I didn't. ITV, they're more into their period dramas and stuff. So the fact that they were actually doing a kind of a sci-fi show in the first place kind of shocked me.
It wasn't a bad show. I rather liked it.
Yeah.
I thought, but I cannot remember the actor's name. He was in the first season or two. He's gone on to the other things, and his name has completely escaped me. Actually, I thought he could be a rather good doctor. I'm blanking out on his name. But yeah, I actually did like the show, and it had an interesting storyline. And even though they lost the main actor in the show, I thought he still kept it going pretty well. But yeah, it seemed to fizzle out, and I guess that's it. But I don't know enough about that actor to say. But but Michael Sheen, I think like I wouldn't say no if they said he was hired. I'd be like, great, let's go on with it.
Well, I have to say, I think Michael Sheen seems to be firmly a fan's favourite right now. I have seen fans like yourself, actually, that have put Paul McGann's name forward. And Paul McGann's name, interestingly enough, comes up every time a new Doctor is being cast. So I can't see why BBC wouldn't actually capitalise on that and actually even make a Paul McGann led series, because I think it actually, it would do well.
It would, and I think it would smooth over the longtime fans if they brought him in. I think that would go a long way with the diehards. I think diehard fans would be. I think a lot of them would be like, not only are you bringing in an actor who they already know, they certainly know from the movie, and they know from all the Big Finish stories.
Yeah,
it's like he's been there, but he's not been there. So I don't know. That's certainly my first choice. I really want him to get a shot. I really like him to get a shot. I don't think he will.
Yeah,
but I'd like to see him get a shot. But there are other actors too, and I mean, we're hearing 2 names right now, but for all we know, there could be a dozen other names.
Yeah, I think there's more. I'm being honest, I haven't been told this, but I would say there's more than just the 2. But I'd say they're the 2 that people want, that probably are the more attractive ones, probably.
Yeah. And I think there are other actors who are out there who I think could do rather well, like maybe Robert Carlyle.
Yeah, I like Robert Carlyle. He was a choice of mine a few years back, actually.
Yeah, I think he'd be a very good, in a way, a bit of a dark doctor. I think because he can pull off the moody pretty good.
Yeah, I was thinking Sean Bean myself as well. He'd make a good doctor, I think.
Yeah. And I remember years ago, Anthony Head. From Buffy, who people had pegged him many years ago. I think he could still do it. He's older, but I think he could still do it.
He could. But I don't know if the fans now would accept see, here's the thing. Peter Capaldi, I mean, he was always going to struggle anyway. I love him anyway, right? But he was always going to struggle with this generation of fans because they'd had David Tennant, they'd had Matt Smith, and then all of a sudden then they had this older Doctor, right? I honestly don't know if that's the way they should go this time round. To be honest, after Jodie Whittaker, I actually think they need to. I think Michael Sheen or Murray would probably be the better choices because they'd appeal to both sets of fans.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think the thing is too. I know someone who I talked to who I found out was into Doctor Who, and they have no idea about old Doctor Who. They only know about new ones. And when I mentioned the actors, they said, "Oh, the old guy." When I
Yeah,
mentioned Pierre Capaldi. So yeah, I do think there's a section of newer fans who probably, I'm sure when Pierre Capaldi came on, they went, "Oh, who's this old guy?" and they didn't want to see him.
sure.
Which is a
Yeah,
shame because I think out of all of the since the series came back, he was the best actor.
yeah, I agree. And the thing about it all was it was evident that the fans did walk away because his era did kind of suffer in the numbers, but it didn't actually help that BBC kept moving his era to different time slots every year.
Yeah, and I think when Pierre Capaldi came on, they changed his character each season. So
Yeah,
the first season he was very stoic and whatever, and then second season he's pulling out the shades and the guitar. And
mm.
I think, I mean, albeit, I think they didn't have it mapped out well enough when they first started with him. But and then again, I just think some of the stories, certainly his last season, were just not great.
Yeah, but I think in the last season, I think they got his doctor finally balanced. I think in season 10, his doctor was finally the doctor that I think they wanted to actually start off with.
Despite some of the weak stories,
Mm.
yeah, I think you're right because in a way, I don't think much of that last season, but I think the world of Peter. So
Yeah, he's a great doctor. We all
yes,
love him.
I feel really bad for him because he really, we wanted to be there. It must have been heartbroken to be effectively pushed out.
I know. And look at the mess we're in now.
Yeah, and now we've got a series 12, which nobody wants.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a lame doc.
No.
I mean, I really would have rather they had done a Christmas special.
Yeah.
Where they tie everything up. They have a regeneration. They could even have a regeneration where it stops and we never see who it is, and then they wait till the next season to unveil who it is. That would be a bit more suspenseful.
I actually I actually love that idea. I actually think that would be another clever way for the BBC to get people excited to watch Doctor Who again. Because if it did end like that mid regeneration and we didn't actually see the change, and it just ended there, everybody would. You know what this fandom would be like. We would be in uproar.
Oh, they would. I mean, it'd be classic Doctor Who cliffhanger ending.
Yeah.
And yeah, you have to you don't get till the next week to see it. You'd have to wait months.
Yeah.
That would definitely have everybody talking about it.
Yeah.
Or who is it? Who is it going to be? You could drag it on for months.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens anyway. It's not.
Yeah, I know. I'm really. It's funny because I did not even watch all of series 11. I got 2 episodes in, and I couldn't stomach the rest.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't go on. I know I should watch it just for the sake of seeing it, but I think I've saved myself a lot of misery by now.
No, seriously, don't. I wouldn't even wish it on my worst enemies, actually.
Yeah, and and it's funny. I like you. I was dead set against this being changed into a woman. I don't think there was any reason to do it except for virtue signaling.
Exactly.
And I didn't. But if they had the right person in charge with great writers, and if they got the right actress,
yeah,
I could have totally been won over. I could have. I would have said, you know what? I'm not big that it's changed to a woman, but the results are there. And it's still Doctor Who.
Yeah, if the story, that's what I mean. If the stories are good, I'd still have it in the back of my head. It should be a male character, but of course, if it was someone like Olivia Colman or something playing the role, and as you said yourself, decent showrunner, decent stories, then yeah, of course, I'd support Olivia Colman.
Absolutely, she's a wonderful actress, and she could have really, dug her teeth into that role.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure she would have too.
Yeah, she dodged the bullet.
Yeah, she probably realized what was going to be involved, and now that we know what transpired.
Well, let's be honest. Did she want to be a token doctor? Jodie Whittaker was willing to be a token doctor. I don't think Olivia Colman wanted to be token anything.
No. I think she realizing what a monumental thing this was to change the gender of the doctor. While the BBC probably didn't think so, but it was.
Of course it was.
And this is a male character. There's no reason to change it. I saw no reason they should have changed it. It's just for the sake of, okay, we'll change it because women are asking for it to be changed. Yet there's a lot of women who are saying, no, keep it a male character. So BBC went the route they did, and now they're facing the consequences.
Yeah. Paul asked there who was Olivia Colman. Olivia Colman was in the 11th hour, Paul. She was Prisoner Zero in female form.
And she was in Broadchurch.
And she was also in Broadchurch. Yeah, she played the detective in Broadchurch with David Tennant.
Yeah.
And she won an Oscar for The Favourite. And she's also starring in The Crown season 3 this year. It's called flying on Netflix soon. She's actually a very good actress. You should check her out, Paul. She's well worth checking out. I have seen someone saying Olivia Colman's worse than Jodie Whittaker. What, in her ideology? Yeah, but she's a good actress.
She's a good actress. She would have definitely, given the right circumstances, I bet she would have won me over instantly.
Yeah, and not only that, if you've actually heard the woman speak, which me and Cheryl have on several occasions, we've actually listened to our podcast with David Tennant. She's a very humble woman. She's very shy. She doesn't like the limelight. She's not one for shooting her mouth off. So if she had got the role, she would have been okay. She wouldn't have come out with all this crap, and she wouldn't have basically told fans to feck off like Jodie Whittaker did. All right.
No, she would have come in. She would have come in with a lot more respect.
Of course, she would have. She would have tried her best to get on the fans' side.
Yeah, and again, I can't even fathom how Jodie walks into this gig not realizing
I know
the volume of it. I mean, like, has she been living under a rock her whole life?
I know. That's what she said in the podcast, guys. If nobody has actually listened to the podcast, David Tennant's podcast, check out the podcast with Jodie Whittaker. She comes across as very naive. She also comes across as quite vulnerable, which is actually, I was saying it to Cheryl at the time, though, I think that was a clever little ploy by her because she's a very intelligent woman. But she came across very naive because she said something about when the first episode aired, she didn't realize the gravity. She didn't realize the pull the show had. And as Chuck Zilla said, what was she doing? Living under a rock all these years? Like, she's never seen Doctor Who. She's never heard of Doctor Who.
Yeah. And you think if you're auditioning for a job, or I guess she more or less got the job, didn't audition. But you think, you know what, I'm going to launch myself into this. Maybe I'll go back and watch a whole bunch of the old episodes to get a feel for it and understand it.
Exactly.
And
she didn't do that.
No. And I said, I can't even... Well, and again, I just don't think she was not the right caliber of actress for this gig.
No, she's a level of, I keep saying it and people criticize me for it, but I'm going to keep saying it because it's the truth. She's a level above a soap star, okay? She's in that middle tier, right? She's in the middle tier, right? So you have the soaps, the BC listers, all them idiots, right? They're all down the bottom tier, right? Then you have Jodie Whittaker and the rest. They're all like, they're okay at what they do, but they're not sensational. And then you have the top tier, right? And the top tier would have the likes of Peter Capaldi, Tom Baker, you know what I mean? Olivia Colman, you know, if we're going to stick a female in there. Michelle even Gomez, right? And I do not like Missy, so nobody even actually have a go at me here, right? I don't like Missy as a character, but I will tell you one thing. Michelle Gomez is an absolutely great actress, and anybody that denies that is obviously living under a rock, right? Because she is.
I didn't like her as Missy,
no.
Master, or whatever. But a good actress, and yeah, like I know a lot of people said too, she could have been the Rani. if they were going that route. But as an actress, yeah, she definitely could pull it off, I'm sure.
Yeah, she's a great actress, but she's just not. I still don't. I always call her a deranged Mary Poppins.
Yeah, she is. She's not the master.
No.
No, not at all.
As a different character, she works. She's great, but not as the master. Sure, the both of them appeared on screen together. John Sims, Master, and Michelle Gomez. And I keep bringing this up, and it's actually funny. No pro Jodie fan will ever try and come back at me with something when I say this, right? But I'll say it again. Two of them are on screen. If you didn't know that those two were supposed to be the same character and you were watching that episode for the very first time, you would not think they were the same character playing the same character.
Oh no, absolutely not. They aren't.
No.
And no, I don't think so at all. And I don't want to think of her as the master.
No.
Just a different. She's just a different villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
No.
Oh, I tell you, it's ridiculous. Yeah. It is, isn't it? Let's see.
This has been, I've loved this show since I was 8, and I just turned 50.
Congratulations.
And been through the tough years when it got canceled, and then the movie, which sparked a lot of hope, and then it died off again.
Yeah.
And then since I came back, it's been generally good. There's been a lot of up and down. I can't say it's been perfect.
No.
Because it's a soft, as Russell T. Davies said, it was a soft reboot.
It was, yeah.
And but I gotta admit, like, each actor, Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith, Pierre Capaldi, by the end of that first episode, I believe they were the Doctor.
Yeah.
Everyone. I mean, Matt Smith, I had a lot of doubts about because he was so young.
Same here.
Looking at him. And by the end of the episode, damn it, he's the Doctor.
Yeah. I mean,
really
when he's up on that roof and he just says that line, basically, run, he'd won me over. Won me over. He was the Doctor. I'm still waiting on Jodie Whittaker to convince me.
Yeah, she never will.
That's the thing, though. And do you know why she'll never convince anybody? She'll never convince anybody because she didn't show the role respect. She didn't adapt to the role. She adapted the role to suit her. And the fact that she never really embraced the fandom, and the fact that she's just a piss poor actress. This role is way over her brief. And anybody that thinks any differently, seriously, you need to look at you need to watch our series again. Seriously, even when she was saying that speech, when the Doctor always says the speech that when they say that the Doctor, I could not bring myself to bleed and even listen to it. I was seriously, I'm not gonna lie, right? Cheryl was sitting here, I was sitting there, and I was literally boiling. I was boiling because even though we knew she was cast in the role, as soon as she went and said that line, I'm the Doctor and all that, it was killed. That's when I lost Doctor Who then, as a fan.
Yeah, all the airs let out of the balloon.
Some people say it was when she was cast. Now, for me, it was when she was up on that crane and she's doing that line and she didn't convince me. Because I thought, if she convinces me here, I'm on board, right? Even though she didn't, up until then, she didn't do very much, and I was still kind of skeptical, right? But then, if she had to go up there and kill that fucking scene, and killed it, and convinced me that she was the Doctor, I would be complaining about the shit writing, but she would have got me support. But she didn't convince me she's the Doctor, and she still hasn't.
No, and she never will.
No,
she's just not going to. As you say, there's always a moment when every actor there's a moment and there's a line where they're focused in, and it's that serious moment, and it's like, okay, now you're messing with the Doctor, and here they are, and Jodie never did that. I said, that first episode, I'm waiting through the whole thing. I'm like, okay, let's see how it goes, and then by the end, I'm like, no, I didn't get it, and by the second episode. By the end of that one, I'm like, nope, still didn't get it. So I bowed out.
Stephen Griffith says, because I have to read it out. She would have got your support. Fuck that. The Doctor is a male alien. Creative integrity, no. I'm just saying. I'm just being hypothetical. Like, you all know my stance anyway, right?
No one wants to know your opinion on food covered in tomato ketchup.
Yeah, right. But you all know my opinion. I said it already. Ideally for me and everybody else out there, we want the Doctor to be male, right?
Yes.
But in the society that we're living in today and the way things are going, right, we're not always going to get what we want, right? And that's just the bottom line, right? Now, we've got Jodie now. It hasn't worked. She's going to go toddle along. They'll go back to a male Doctor. But don't be surprised. I've said this, but I highly doubt it myself. But don't be surprised if they go down the female route again and give it another poke. Because, you know, they try once and then they'll try again, you know. They always try a second time, you know, because they'll think, well, they already had the backlash, but if we actually get a good actress in there, they might, like, you know.
Yeah, that's going to be really down the line before they have to try it again, because I think they know this was a mistake. They didn't experiment and it failed.
Yeah, it has failed. I mean, look, the pro side can say what they want. If you look at the figures, if you look at the ratings, they do show consistent fall. They still say it's one of the highest rating series out there. Fair enough. It's only the reason why that is because the very first episode did very well and Rosa did well. And I still can't believe Rosa, Demons of Punjab, have actually done as well as they have done, because I actually think those two episodes alone are a disgrace and should not be part of Doctor Who.
Yeah. And I mean, again, I haven't seen them, but I've heard enough about them.
Oh, Jesus, the Rosa part. The Rosa.
I'm just saving myself. I'm saving myself from the embarrassment.
No, seriously, the Rosa. Look, Rosa Parks for me, right? That whole situation, right, is an important piece of African American history, right? And for the BBC, right, and I am going to say it, a bunch of white dudes, and fair enough, he's got Mallory Blackman, but she's a racist anyway. You should see her books. She's a reverse race. She hates white people. What you call it? She has a series of books out, which is basically all the black people are in power, and then we're all the slaves or something. She has a group of books like that. So she's a racist herself. Like, so she hates white people. So I mean, you look at our Rosa Parks episode and you can clearly see our narrative in it. I mean, within the first few seconds it's shot. Look, that had no business in Doctor Who. It didn't. And that stupid pop music they put in that scene with Rob, that was the only decent scene. It was the only decent scene. I have to admit, and then you ruin it with pop music. It was the only decent scene in that. I actually did get a lump in my throat, and then as soon as that stupid, and you know what? Do you know what I hated about it as well, though? I loved it and hated it at the same time, right? Do you know? But there was another thing I hated: the fact that Graham had to be on that bus. That's what pissed me off, man. He didn't want to be there. You could see it, because I'm just angry about that, the way they did it, man. Poor Graham didn't want to be there in the first one, and the way they treated his character then later on in the show was a disgrace. They gave him a sweeping brush in Kerblam. And then we had Talking Frogs, Chuckzilla. What did you think of the Talking Frog?
Yeah, I think I've seen the scene, and I cringed pretty badly on that one too.
Yeah, and the pregnant ginger, I should say.
Well, again, it's men are evil.
Yeah, well, it looked like a white. Looked like a white Christian now. I said it looked like a young Christian now. He went fully woke. He got pregnant.
Full woke.
Yeah, I don't know. So come here. Just one final question to ask you. Do you believe that this show can survive past this era?
Yeah, because it's funny. We just went through this season. Now we gotta do one more.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very interesting to see how this plays out. I like to think there could be a slight improvement on the next season. But will it be the death knell for this series? Because another series like we just had that really. I mean, most all the diehards are pretty fed up, and a lot of people have already left the building already.
Yeah.
So I like to think there's still hope for this show. I do think they could turn it around. I hope they can, but I think they can. But boy, I said if we weren't doing if season 12 was a blank slate, if we're doing a Christmas special and we're going to have it, and leave it open, and the next season's going to be the new Doctor, yeah, I think they could totally turn it around. But we got one more season of this crap. Yeah, it's going to be a tough pill to swallow.
That's right.
No, I saw you reading the comments. People are asking that.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you distracted me, woman. Sorry, I thought there was something wrong there. See, Charlotte turns the laptop around to me and I think there's something wrong there. Like she's saying, you're going to reply back. I know, I can see people's comments here. I'm actually in the middle of it. They know. They're actually listening. Yeah, Paul, I'll get you on now in a second, Paul. I'll get you on in a second. We're just going to wrap up this conversation with Chuckzilla first. It's his first time on as well, by the way. So, like, when he comes into the comments there, say well done, because I know it's always hard being the first caller as well. So
yeah, this is first time, and I'm like a little nervous over it, but
no, perfect, man. I couldn't have started off with a good phone call, man. This has been a great phone call. Even Cheryl's giving you a thumbs up there. So,
and no, my pleasure. I mean, I got directed over here by Bolstruck, my fellow Canuck, and
I love Bolstruck.
You and your passion for Doctor Who, that won me over right away.
Thanks very much, man.
You're right off the bat. You're honest about your love for the show.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, he's like me. He loves this show.
Yeah, I do. See, this is the thing. I hate when people say to me, "Well, you don't like the show, they don't watch it anymore." I don't think they get what it means to be a fan.
No, they don't. And when you've invested, again, I've invested most of my life in this show.
Mm-hmm. And money too.
And you have too. And when you love this character and these stories, and this is it's something special to us. Yeah. So, and we've had it ripped out from us, big time.
I know. It's like everything, though, isn't it?
Yeah. And I know a lot of fans are very. They don't know which way to turn at this point, but I think a lot of fans are fed up and just say hell with it and done. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, if they ended it.
Yeah.
Maybe it needs a break. Maybe it needs, 5 or 7 years off and then try and bring it back again. But at the same time, I'm still like, no, there's still a bit of hope. We could maybe bring this back.
I know that's one thing Doctor Who fans will always have is a little bit of hope, though. And that's why I think has always kept the show alive, even when it was on death's door.
Yeah, that's why we love it so much, because we don't want it to go. This is like the dearest friend we've ever had, and we don't want to let go.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we won't have to do that. Hopefully it can be saved.
Yeah, as I said, oh boy, this next season's going to be...
I know, I'm not. You know what? I'm debating whether I should watch it or not, because if we watch it, we're supporting it. And then at the same time, I'm thinking I have to watch it because the Daleks are going to be in it, the Cybermen are going to be in it, the Judoon are going to be in it, and I actually want to see how he either messes them up or actually improves on them. Now, listen, here's the thing.
Yeah,
this is the thing that worries... Go on.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Go on. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're going to. I mean, there's no doubt they're pulling out all the stops to get people, to get us, the diehards, back in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be a liar if I didn't say I want to see it.
Yeah.
Because I think there'll be an improvement. I don't think it'll be as awful as last year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything can be as awful as last year.
Well, here's the thing, though. If it does become a success, though. Here's the.
Yeah, I know that's.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm going to say? If it becomes a success, what happens then? They probably decide that, all right, that 5-year plan looks good. We had one bad year, but we had a great second year. Let's go.
They're going to call Chibnall back from Las Vegas.
Oh, Jesus. Chibnall, he's probably, no, I won't say that. I'll get into trouble. I'll say nothing. I was going to say something there. I'll text it to you later. It was a good joke.
Yeah.
It was a good joke. It's about Vegas and strippers and drugs. Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah. Well, Chuckzilla, look, you come on again, won't you? Friday I have a special guest on, so I won't be doing a Friday, but come on again next Wednesday. This has been a brilliant phone call, man. So I'll have you on any time you want.
Oh, it was my pleasure. I loved it, and again, it's finally great to talk to you after all this time. And yeah, I mean, I'm in the chat, but I'm not used to chat, so I'm kind of there a little bit. Like I'm in and out all the time because you insist on having the show during dinner time. So I'm back and forth. Yeah.
Well, enjoy your dinner.
Yeah. Oh no, dinner's all done. But just joking.
I know, yeah. No. Well, thanks for your call. Listen, we'll have you on again anytime. Just let me know when you want to come on again. Yeah?
I'm here. You call me and I'm there.
No problem, mate. Thanks for coming on anyway. And everybody has said in the chat that has been a great call, and I agree. So thanks for coming on, mate.
Oh, thank you, and thank everybody. And hi, Cheryl.
Hi. Bye.
Hi.
Good night.
And hi, Teddy.
There's Teddy. Say bye-bye, Teddy. Teddy, do you want to come up onto the screen and say hello to everybody? Come here to me quick. Right here, we'll give you his Teddy for a few minutes. Oh, there he is. There he is, folks. Yay. Say hello.
He's looking at Mammy.
Teddy. Where's Teddy?
Yeah, there's Ted. Everybody likes the dog. So there he is. He's here. Now, right, I'm going to say goodbye to Chuckzilla and bring on the next caller. Chuckzilla, I'll talk to you again soon, mate. Thanks for coming on, and I'll talk to you in the chat or whatever, and obviously we'll have a chat during the week, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
No problem. Go on, I'll talk to you soon, mate.
Will do. Cheers.
All right, bye. Bye-bye.
Take care.
See you, bye. And that was Chuckzilla, everybody. So you see how easy it is? Okay, you just come on, talk about whatever you want to talk about. So Paul is next. If I remember correctly, Paul in the comments did ask to come on. But before I bring Paul on, I'm gonna read a couple of your comments there, because now I'm not gonna go all the way back, right? But if you just give us a second there, Paul, I'll give you a ring now in a second. I'm just gonna read out some of these comments first, and then I'll get you on. As a 10-year-old in 1980, the doctor taught me that I needed to study harder in school if I wanted to be a Time Lord. He also taught me with over violence, look for the fascination in anything, says Bull. Stephen Griffith says, I feel the need to come on and rant now. As I said, come on anytime. Paul, I can see that you're still ringing me there, mate. I will give you a ring in a second if you just give us a few minutes just to read some of these comments out. Paul says, don't be surprised if they make the doctor a black man next time. I hope not. But BBC is pushing diversity over substance. Well, as I said, whether the doctor is black, white, or whatever color skin the doctor is, if it's the best actor for the role, why not give them a chance? But I do understand the point and that you're making, Paul. It would be only done because of the type of ideology and agenda that people have today. Bad Wolf 66 says Rosa episode was just a white man bad episode. Unknown 289 says, could the doctor be vertically challenged person? Oh, Jesus Christ. Cheryl Glenn, Julian ranting, that would be amazing. No, and I mean you're ranting about Doctor Who? Well, you don't rant about Doctor Who. Oh, she dreams of Wakanata. Wakanda. No, I don't give a crap. Is that Black Panther business crap? Get away. Nobody likes Black Panther in this house except for Cheryl. Oh, sorry, Cheryl likes Black Panther, but our mother and father don't, and they like Marvel movies, so they agree with me. You know, it was all done for political. And by the way, Black Panther wasn't the first black superhero either, right? And I'm sorry. No, I'm going to say you can go all you want, right? The fact, no, do you know what annoys me, right? Blade was a great movie, right? Blade was a great movie, and I had the great Wesley Snipes in it, right? And he's being totally ignored, right? Totally ignored, right? Sorry, I don't buy into that crap. They can keep their Black Panther. Nobody wants Black Panther anyway. It's a bleeding Borden character. I see Dane's here. Dodian Chibs in Series 13. That's just a rumor. So I will take that with a pinch. Assault Geek named Joel says, also, there's a really forgettable scene where Jodie lashes out at Astos in San Andre. Oh, there I said it. Keep in mind, he's a white male. Then he has a go at her. LOL. Do you remember when what was his name? Krasko was choking the life out of her. I was hoping he'd keep going, but we don't get what we wanted, Doctor Who anymore. And remember in the Witchfinders episode where they had her on the log and they were going to drown her? We don't get what we want anymore. Do you know what I mean? And when she fell out of the TARDIS in the very first episode, smacked into the train, she didn't regenerate again. Like, nothing about this era made sense anyway from a scientific point of view either. There was actually really no science in it either. Right, I'm going to get Paul on. I could see that a lot of you are, but during the call kind of shows, I will try get through as many as your messages as I can. But this is mostly focused, obviously, tonight's Mondays. I will, or Wednesdays, I will get you on. Here's Paul now. So, hold on, Paul. Just get you on loudspeaker there. Right, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. All right, Paul, go ahead. I know you've been dying to get on, so go on, tell me.
Well, you know what? See, here's the thing, right? This season, Jodie's era with Chip Knowles, I have no idea what they did. I mean, from day one, when they attacked Classic Who, they attacked all the history, and then I saw like 2 or 3 appearances that Jodie made on UK television. But her thing was that it's her take, and the fans are sexist and they're misogynistic, and that the show was misogynistic, and everything had changed. Up until that point, I was willing to give her a chance. I didn't want a woman, but you know what? Let's move things forward.
Mm-hmm.
But her attitude was just to come out and just act people who were just long fans. So I have been a fan since 1977, when I was a spry little youth of 5 years old. So that magic, that wonder, and that brilliance of the Hinchcliffe era, and then I fell in love. And then in America, there was a period between 83 to 86 where all of the older were shown. Hartnell and Troughton and Pertwee, and so it was just a magical time for. But what we have now, it's just filth.
Yeah, someone actually made the point. There was like the first time in Doctor Who history there were 7 filler episodes. No, I don't know. So come here, Paul. Who would you choose to be? Who would be your choice for the next Doctor?
That's a good question, because you know what, Michael Sheen to me is an absolutely brilliant actor, but I think it's totally unrealistic. And the reason why I say this, he is an established movie actor. And he already has a well-established television presence. So that totally falls out of the line of those who have been asked to play the role. So that's why I don't see that happening. like it, but I don't see it happening. Funny enough, Richard Armitage, who is in, well, you know what is Spooks in America, it was called MI5.
Yeah, was he in? Was he also in Lord of the Rings? Wasn't he? Or was it Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit? Was it the Hobbit?
True.
Yeah, I think it was one of them. Yeah, he was in that. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's a good actor. I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, he'd be a bit of an out there choice, actually, wouldn't he, for the Doctor? Actually.
Yeah, kind of. Why not? Shake things up.
Yeah, maybe that's what we do need, actually. A little bit of a shake up.
I don't know, but my first thought is we don't really need a brilliant showrunner because everything starts from the top.
Yeah.
We need an actual sci-fi showrunner, someone with what I would like, someone with a drama that and who was going to take the show serious again because it's been silly the past 3 years.
Yeah. I thought. Do you know what I thought? What surprises me is that BBC have allowed it to go this far. I mean, apparently, and even that BBC digital radio video that I put up, if you actually listen to your woman in that, she actually even acknowledges that they had problems during Series 11, the production of Series 11, saying that there was things happening behind the scene. Now, this comes from BBC digital radio themselves. So if there was stuff going on behind the scenes, even during Series 11, why did they think it was a good idea to let these people then do another series? And then we've obviously heard lately of all the stuff that has come out of more stuff going on in Cardiff. Like, so why did I think it's Piers Wenger, whoever it was that employed Chris Chibnall, why are they still actually in a job too, right, for starters? And why hasn't BBC made the announcement that they have got rid of them? Because to be in fairness, I think this is what I think this needs to come out now. I think this is what long-term fans like us need to hear. We need to hear that she's gone, so then we can get, you know what I mean. So we can try and convince those fans that left, that walked away. We could say, listen, Whittaker is gone now. Chris Chibnall's gone. They have a plan. Come back, give Doctor Who one last chance, because it's going to be our job to convince them to come back. Do you know what I mean? We'll have to try because remember, Paul, I've said this, right? When the new male Doctor takes over, right? There's going to be everybody thought Jodie Whittaker was scrutinised, right? He's going to be even more scrutinised, and this Doctor is definitely going to be more scrutinised than Jodie Whittaker's. For the simple fact is, this era has been bad, and they'll be all looking to this new Doctor to save the show. So whoever the actor is going to be under more scrutiny than Jodie Whittaker. So it'll be up to us as fans to try and encourage those fans that walked away to come back, because his very first episode will have to be Jodie Whittaker's to be even considered mildly successful.
Right, but you know what? All right. First off, I think that the BBC doesn't want to admit that they're pushing the diversity and inclusion program into Doctor Who was a complete failure. They do not want to make that admission at all. So I really don't know. See, the frustration comes across in my voice because nothing that these people have done makes any sense.
Yeah.
All right, I just don't. I can't begin to make any rational conclusions to anything that they have done surrounding Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah, I just don't know. I've said this on several occasions. I still don't know what he was trying to do. Can anybody even explain to me what he was actually trying to do in this era? I know he wanted to make changes because he made that very clear. The very first interview that came out of his mouth was, he actually did say that he was going, that when Doctor Who came back it was going to be like nothing you had seen on TV before.
Oh
my God, hasn't that quote came back to haunt that man? Because you're right, Chris Chibnall. You did give us something that we'd never seen before. Because as Doctor Who fans, we've been used to seeing good quality Doctor Who. Oh, right, okay, maybe under Moffat near the end it wasn't as great, okay? But we're used to actually good, decent stories, right? You've produced nothing but boring crap. Nothing that keeps the fans engaged. Like, there's not one episode where I was excited. Not one. Seriously, not one. Actually, the one that I was mildly looking forward to was Kerblam, because I thought this is the episode to me that actually looks and feels like a Doctor Who episode. Of course.
Right.
Of course, then, when I watched it then, okay, it did, I will admit, I had feelings of Doctor Who in it, but it was still boring. It was still...
It was, and you know, the thing is this, right?
This whole terrorist crap.
She's the first actor, and also this past season was the first time I have ever seen a show in which the lead actor disappears on screen in their own show. He's the lead actor. He was handpicked for the role, and she disappears on screen in every episode. So I walked away after that first episode, and I asked to myself, what did I just see? I mean, I was sitting there like, when is this going to actually start? When is this going to actually get going? And then that tooth fairy monster.
I know.
And you know what? When she's on that crane and she makes that speech, I'm like, okay, here's that moment where she makes the role hers.
Yeah.
And it's flat on her face.
That's what I mean. I was waiting, and I was waiting for her to surprise me. I really was. Do you know what? Even though I was angry and pissed off about her casting and all the rhetoric that came out of her mouth, as soon as she was on the screen, I was saying, okay. And I did actually say it. I wish you luck. I hope this actually does work, but I know it's not going to work. But I really hope you could prove me wrong. And by God, she didn't. She did the opposite. I was right. Every fan that complained about this at the time said that this was the wrong way to go, have been vindicated. Every single person.
And then, you know, listen, I fell somewhere in the middle. I did not want a woman, but I was willing to give her a chance. I was honestly willing, okay, you know what? Maybe it's going to work out. But I saw that same interview with Chibnall where he said, I'm going to change your expectations.
Yeah.
You will see you've never seen before. And when he said that blew my mind. And I said, okay, maybe she'll be good. Maybe she'll be good. And she wasn't. You know what? And then, you know, he took a massive crap on 50 years of prior history. He's changed everything. He's moved away from the feel, from the formula. He's moved away from, you know, it's like they both took the attitude that, like, those of us who were fans, you know, from the classic show, we don't exist. And it's like Chibnall was trying to create his own brand new show.
Yeah.
A flap on his face.
Yeah, you're right. He tried to. This is what BBC and Chibnall had in mind, right? What they wanted to do was, as you said, they wanted to create their own kind of version of Doctor Who, right? But they didn't want it to appeal to fans like us, right? The whole thing that they wanted to do from day one was to get rid of fans like us, right? And to replace them then with the fans that we have flooding the fandoms now, right? The only problem is even those fans themselves started to drop off during Jodie Whittaker's era. So the plan has actually backfired, because the ones that you should have been appealing to are the fans that kept the show alive, those during those wilderness years. Do you know what I mean? They're the fans you should be catering to. Yes, I'm not saying don't cater to the newer fans. Of course, you have to try and bring in new fans because that's what makes your show a success. But you do not abandon the principles that make the show, and you don't abandon your main fucking fandom, which is, but it's true, you don't abandon your main fandom, and that's what they did do, and it backfired.
Simply for the sake of change.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I keep questioning.
Yeah.
It was changed purely for the sake of change.
It was.
And it didn't work.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It positively fell flat. So rather than just come out and say, you know what, guys, we apologize, we got it wrong, but we're gonna get this thing back on the rails and give you what you want.
Yeah.
I have no problem with change. I have no problem with moving things forward. But it has to be organic.
Mm-hmm.
They derailed and changed everything. And they refuse to admit that they got it wrong. So what are they doing? They're going to double down and give us season 12.
Yeah.
With these same Muppets.
In charge. I know. I just don't get it. Look, I mean, my fear is that this series 12 actually is a success, and then like everybody then is kind of like, oh, okay, it doesn't matter if the Doctor is a woman anymore. Oh, let's get behind Jodie, let's get behind Chris Chibnall, and then they get another series. Well, if that happens, right, you're going to see me jump out that window live. Because I will not be able to live another day.
Listen, after the first episode,
yeah,
I have to admit, for the first time in 40 plus years, I said, you know what? I am about to commit blasphemy and not watch a new first run episode of Doctor Who. But I gave it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was it that the episode where the monument thing where the ghost monument.
Yeah. The obvious one that the TARDIS was going to be at the end of it, like that. Chibnall, great writing, by the way, buddy. I'm talking frogs and little aliens that eat metal that aren't really a threat. That was another thing as well. Actually, that's another thing I want to bring up. How did you feel that the fact that we actually had villains and aliens in it that actually weren't really a threat to this Doctor? That was another reversal on what has came. Now, I know Moffat did it in Twice Upon a Time, but it didn't work then. So why did Chris Chibnall continue it? Because if you look at it, every single villain that was in it wasn't really... Kraskow couldn't really do much damage to the Doctor at all because he had that thing inside his head or something that stopped him from killing the Doctor. So there was no real threat. How did you feel about that? Because I thought that was another thing that just took away from the whole...
It was horrible, lazy writing. He is a sci-fi hack. You know what? If he sticks to what he's good at, drama, fine. You know what? Leave him on Broadchurch. Leave him on anything else that he's done. But when it comes to sci-fi,
I agree.
Okay, I've always said personally, some of the best sci-fi has excellent heavy drama in it, but you have to know how to combine the two. Chibnall doesn't. He is a hack when it comes to sci-fi. His writing has been extremely lazy, and it's horrible. I mean, look, the Tooth Fairy monster, those what was it, the gas smoke monster?
Yeah, and what was it? What was it as well? The ghost sheet or something? The ghost sheet or something? Yeah. The ribbon pieces is you pointed that out to me. Sure, I even remember watching it live. Here's the funny thing, Paul. We were watching that live and I totally missed that. Cheryl actually had to say, "Did you not see that?" I go, "What?" She said, "The killer bleeding out." I was like, what are you talking about, man? We rewound because we were watching it live, but we were recording it as well. So I rewinded it and I go, "Is he taking the piss? Killer sheets or something? What is he at? Talking frogs? Dancing spiders?"
I did not see that episode because at that point I turned off. I refused to watch. I sat through Rosa. That was sickening.
Yeah. I don't know how fans
and then,
like that. I mean, to me,
you
it's
know,
sickening because it's disrespectful to that piece of history. And when we say that we're called racist, I'm not a racist for saying that you have belittled and defiled an important part of African American history. I'm sorry,
correct.
but it's the truth. And if you get any fan of Rosa out there, you're doing her a disrespect by liking this episode. It was an insult, just like Demons of the Punjab were an insult to that whole
Had no
era
place
of the
in Doctor
partition
Who.
of India.
No place in Doctor Who.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have no place in Doctor Who.
And they just didn't work on
No.
their own merits.
Yeah.
They were horrible.
Hmm.
Lazy writing, typical sci-fi tropes, just horrible.
Mm. And now, apparently, we're going to be lectured on plastics.
Oh God.
Feck's sake, for
Oh,
series 12.
spiders in the UK.
Yeah, arachnids in the UK, yeah.
That for me, I was done. I walked away. I said,
Oh,
"You
that
know
was
what?
the
I
worst.
cannot
That
take
is one
this
of the
show
worst
anymore."
episodes. Yeah, that episode is bad. So you had a Donald Trump wannabe toting gun wielding American. You had spiders that were actually dancing to that bleeding tune. Because if you actually look at it, right, look at that scene when the music comes on. What's his name? Stormzy's music comes on, right? The spider's legs are actually dancing to the beat of the music.
You know what? No, here's the thing, right? I was hoping, because this is how much of a hardcore Doctor Who fan I am. I was hoping that they would somehow find a way to make those spiders the same spiders from Metabellus 3. The Planet of the
Yeah,
Spiders during Pertwee's era.
yeah,
But no, they
no.
were Earth spiders, and it's an environmental thing. Oh, you know what? And it was such lazy filth. I'm like, how are you doing this?
And not only that, she goes and kills the spider, doesn't she? The doctor
Yeah.
kills the spider then. Like, what the hell? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm watching Pertwee's era, and he's done his fair share of kicking ass, and he's actually, well, I won't say directly killed one or two people, but it hasn't been his fault. But people have died. Like, but no, man. Even when she did that stunt across the TARDIS, remember when they got the stunt double because she can't actually dive across the floor? She's that bad of an actress that they had to get in a stunt double to just get her to dive across the floor. Come on.
Jodie Whittaker is a generic actor.
Yeah.
She can make television commercials. She can have little small roles like she had in Broadchurch. She's limited. She's narrow. She's limited, and that's not a shot. And that's not because I'm sexist.
No, I just can't stop laughing.
She's a weak actor.
Yeah.
You know what? Jodie Whittaker would be great on EastEnders. Let her work in the cafe. Let her work out in the market. You know, let her work the bar at the
Queen Vic. Come here, she wouldn't even get a job in the Queen Vic. She's not East London enough for them fuckers now.
That's right, because she's from the north.
Oh, she'd be bleeding back, and I let her walk on Emmerdale says bad 166. Yeah, she'd suit down there the country, it's Borden, just like her. Oh, stop, I haven't laughed so much in a while. Oh, it's getting late. Bye, Noel, Cheryl, and Ted. Goodbye, Stephen. Nice to talk to you, mate. Stephen is leaving us, so I'm just saying good night to him, Paul. Good night, Stephen. We'll talk to you soon. I'm pissing myself right now of laughter, says Geek Name Joe. It's funny. It's funny, man. Oh, here, do you remember the time someone couldn't spell Huddersfield? They were doing the subtitles for talking. And he couldn't even spell Huddersfield yesterday. She was talking. No, but here's one on a serious note. I will say something, right? So when I don't know what kind of things Christopher Eccleston had to adapt for him, but for David Tennant, I remember. Obviously, we all know David Tennant is Scottish, so he decided for his doctor he wasn't going to use his Scottish accent and he was going to use an English accent. Now, Peter Capaldi decided to use his Scottish accent because it worked for his doctor. Sylvester McCoy, I think, was the same as well, wasn't he? For his, yeah. So,
yes, he was. He used his Scottish accent.
Yeah, but here's the thing. There's some actors that have played the Doctor that have, as I said, David Tennant, right? I'm being honest with you. Jodie Whittaker shouldn't have been allowed to keep her accent.
Really?
I don't think so. I can't understand that
I
accent.
liked her. I liked her northern accent.
Yeah. See, it worked with Christopher Eccleston. I don't think it works for her.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Now, you know what? Really quick.
Yeah.
Christopher Eccleston has been warning us for years about the BBC. We just didn't listen.
No.
Because even me, myself, I wasn't a fan of his portrayal.
Mm-hmm.
But after he left, I got it.
Yeah.
But then I couldn't understand, like, hey, why did you leave?
Yeah.
But
And
then,
now we kind of all know why now.
For years, and now it's come out why.
It's crazy. I don't know.
They did him a disservice. The same way that they did Paul McGann a disservice. There is no reason why Paul McGann was not in Day of the Doctor. That was an insult.
I know, but here's the thing, right? Paul McGann was actually available when they were bringing back the series in 2005. He was on a show on BBC One called Doctors, but it was BBC One. So they could have said to him, listen, you're leaving Doctors, you're going back to play the Doctor, the role that you were born to play. I'm being honest, he should have come back in the revival, in fairness. Don't get me wrong, Christopher Eccleston, for me, I did like him straight away because obviously I had seen him in a lot, and I did think his comedic timing was going to be a bit off, but it wasn't. He proved me wrong. But again, we only found out all the stuff. He was blacklisted and everything. Ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's wrong. And then you know what? Paul McGann was wasted. And also, Russell T. Davies, and I've said this before, because I lived through the dark years after '89 when we had nothing, and then we had the movie.
Yeah,
the movie was weak.
Yeah,
Paul McGann was brilliant, but the movie was weak.
Yeah.
If we're being honest. So my point here is Russell T. Davies, when he brought the show back, he brought his show back. He did not bring Doctor Who back.
No, he brought his version of Doctor Who back. Yeah,
Exactly.
I agree.
And I think he made sure he did not want Paul McGann in the role because he wanted his version. And also, if we're being intellectually honest, he took a weak writing step also by killing off the Time Lords, giving us the end of the Time War ending that he gave us, because that's a weak writer's move in that you make a complete break with canon to create your new version.
Yeah,
and I still don't like that.
No, I don't like it myself. I always class them as two different entities anyway. I know there's fans out there, and especially the ones that work behind the production and stuff like that, would like to put them all under the one banner. It's not. Classic Era is completely different to New Who. New Who is a different animal to the Classic Era. Classic Era is pure Doctor Who. It's pure and simple.
And then you know what? Bring Philip Hinchcliffe back. Let him consult.
That's what I said. I said that. Bring back. That's the only way you're going to get this right. Bring back someone from the Classic Era that has experience at this. Okay, it's different. Television is different now. But if they're there to give a guiding hand to a new showrunner, why not?
Because that was the best era of Doctor Who. Philip Hinchcliffe. Philip Hinchcliffe, Adams, you know what? Brilliant era. Just don't bring back Jonathan Nathan Turner, because I still have a lot of hatred toward that man because he slowly killed Doctor Who between him and Michael Grade.
Yeah, JNT is not loved by this. But JNT is dead though. You do know that, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, but just bring back.
No, because everybody in the comments is saying you do know JNT is dead, right?
I know, but I still just the.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know.
The memory, the era.
Yeah.
Don't bring back that style. The silly, over the top.
The Mandela effect one? Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, someone just said, I think that's a Mandela effect there. So no, he's definitely dead. He's definitely dead. No, he was just saying, he was just saying, yeah, he gets it. Right. um, right, hold on. Stephen Griffith says, disagree completely. I think setting it after a time war left a whole story left untold for us as viewers to find out, which we did. It's not a cheap, weak maneuver at all, says Stephen Griffiths. So Stephen agrees. Yeah, yeah. And then someone says, yeah, but JNT was very hit and miss. JNT's era was pretty violent, says Bad Wolf 66. And then Unknown 289, because he has to joke, says, no, JNT is right here next to me. What are you talking about? And then Geek Name Joe says, JNT is my dad, LOL. What? I pity you, son. I pity you.
You know what? Can we get the Valiant? Where is the Valiant?
That's a story that'll have to be eventually told. The whole face of ball bleeding story needs to be told as well. I mean, like, Russell T hasn't come out and definitively said that Jack is the face of Bob, but Julie, what's her name? Julie, what's her face? The other executive producer, Julie, it's on the back of me box, so I can't be arsed to look.
Yeah, but I thought that was confirmed when Jack himself said to he said, you know what, when I was a kid and they said I was the face of Bo-Shan and they shortened it to the face of Bo.
Yeah. In the Bow Face Peninsula or something, yeah. I know, that's what I mean, but apparently it has never been 100% confirmed by the showrunner. So if it's not 100% confirmed, then some fans are maintaining he's not the face of Bo. Well, then if he's not the face of Bo, then who is the face of Bo? I want to know. Does not anybody not want to know, though? Come on. And I hate when people ask for Rose and River to come back, right? Listen, Rose and River is not coming back, right? So forget about it. I want Captain Jack back because he still has a story to tell.
Thank you. You know what? I thought I was the only person who wants to see Captain Jack come back.
No, I want him back because he has a. He still had. Look, we only got a little bit more of his story in Torchwood. We know nothing about Jack really, right? And I'd like to see the lead up to him becoming the face of both. He is the face of both. There's a whole story to do with Jack. River's story is done, and Rose Tyler's story is done. And I hear that it's being brought up again, and I'm going to say it again. Rose Tyler is not coming back to Doctor Who Series 12, all right? Because the reason why she's not coming back is because if Chris Chibnall had his way, they'll be in bed and having a lesbian bleeding affair, all right? And I'm going to say it out straight, and we don't want that in Doctor Who. Doctor Who's a sci-fi show, not a bleeding porno.
You know what? The thing about that is, right, it's not even an undercurrent. It is a huge theme among all areas of sci-fi.
Yeah.
Some fans want zero change.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's anything new, it has to be a direct continuation only.
Yeah.
As I said, I have no issue with change if it's done well.
Yeah.
But some fans, they only want what came before, a direct continuation only. Everything has to be exactly the same.
Mm.
Rose Tyler is not coming back. The Meta Crisis Doctor, he's not coming back. Their stories are done. Let it go.
Sure, even the radio time, I put up a video. Even Billy Piper coming out herself saying she had a regret about this and all, and how she didn't go with the Doctor, and that basically the Meta Crisis Doctor was a weaker version of the Doctor that she had. So basically, even within the context of what she was saying, there was a bit of hatred there towards the Meta Crisis Doctor. And then she was saying, on the other hand, but I'd love a dark spin-off comedy, like with me and the Meta Crisis Doctor. Well, clearly you don't know what Doctor Who is about. All right, because that number one, that wouldn't work. It's a stupid idea. So keep your ideas to yourself. Yeah, go and do your show. I Hate Susie, and enjoy that, and win your awards, and keep out of Doctor Who. Where we don't want you back anymore. Anyway, I'm telling you, as a long-term fan, the Rose story is done, and the only reason why she'd be brought back by Chris Chibnall, if it was to happen, was to get her and Whittaker's Doctor in bed. Right, and I've said it out straight, and it's the truth.
You know what? I might be one of the few Doctor Who fans. I never liked the Meta Crisis Doctor. To me, it was silly.
Yeah.
I didn't like the idea. I didn't like the whole Dr. Donna thing. But hey, it is what it is.
I didn't mind the Dr. Donna thing. I didn't like the Meta Crisis Doctor like you, but Dr. Donna thing I could get because it made sense to a certain extent. You know what I mean? This is what we want, though. We want their sci-fi to make a little bit of sense, at least. You know, even if it's a bit far-fetched. Like for example, I'll give you a perfect example of something that was a bit far-fetched, but it kind of made sense, and we let it slide. It was the girl in the fireplace. Right? The part where he breaks through the glass with the horse, right? And apparently he's supposed to be trapped. But the reason why he's able to get back because Madame de Pompadour moved the original fireplace into the palace from our old bedroom. So that's why it was offline and it didn't break. The glass didn't break. And that's why he was able to get back. Now, I know it was a bit cheesy and stuff, but it made sense, if you get me. Do you know what I mean? It still kind of had bases in reality. Whereas when Chris Chibnall does something, here's another thing: the lack of sci-fi in Chris Chibnall's era. Yes. That's one big thing that I've noticed about his era, of the lack of actual sci-fi or science. Like, we had one scene where she does the screwdriver, but then where else can you honestly tell me?
I hate this new sonic screwdriver.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
Yeah, the sonic dildo. Might as well just say, yeah, that's what it is. I wouldn't even mind. I wonder if it has a vibrating setting on it.
It is horrible.
I know.
Absolutely horrible. And then, not for nothing, the sonic screwdriver, just like the Daleks, has been way overused to the point where now it's just silly now.
Yeah.
And it's like, I would really love a full season, no Daleks. And I would really like to see the Cybermen redesigned where they are an actual evil menace, not a joke that they become now.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though, Paul. We haven't had a full Dalek story. This was actually pointed out to me. We haven't actually had, since obviously Resolution, it's been 5 full years since we've actually had a proper Dalek story. They've been in it in the last few years, but in bit parts. They haven't actually been the main focus of the episode. But I do agree with you. I think at this stage, the Daleks need, maybe for a year or two, maybe 2 years, just leave them in the back, just leave them away for a while. Even bring back a few classic monsters, like even, the Sea Devils, or the fucking, Silurians, or Zootek, or, Omega. I was watching Omega the other night, the Omega, the Omega episode the other night. Blim! Do you know what? The production values weren't great. But I tell you one thing, every actor, every actress, every story that they told, even the weaker stories, are far superior than that was written in Series 11.
You know what? It's funny because, a lot of people like the Three Doctors. But if we're being honest, it wasn't done well.
No.
But it was an excellent story. And I keep saying there is a lot of rich history to be mined from the history of Gallifrey if it's done right.
Yeah.
But everything has been watered down and weakened and just like sissified almost.
But you have to water things down for today's generation, you see, because...
Why?
Because...
Man up.
Yeah, but because, the bottom line is, and I'm going to say it again, and I'll get criticised for this, the simple fact of the matter is they're not intelligent enough to figure things out. They can't. They don't have the brain to watch smart sci-fi. They just years ago we did. Right, everything is watered down. They're mollycoddles. This generation are mollycoddled. They're told, they're given awards when they come last and all this. There's none of this. When you grow up in Ireland, my wife has even seen the difference here in Ireland compared to even in America. Right, in Ireland, like your kids are basically dragged up. I don't mean dragged up, but there's none of this like pussyfooting around. Do you know what I mean? There's not worrying about kids. Kids in Ireland are hard. I say it's the same in England as well. They're hard, right? Because the reason why they're hard is because they're brought up the right way. They're not. If they fail at something, they're not told. If you're in the sport, especially sports, right? If you fail in Ireland, it's like ha ha ha, you lost. The next time you're not going to lose, like. But now if you lose, it's like, oh, here you came last. Here's a medal anyway. No. So this generation, and remember, this generation, Paul, are full of this tablets, phones, right? Social media. They're gonna have no social skills. So you're asking me why? I'll tell you why. Because this generation, unfortunately, is dumbed down, right? Everything
you're right.
Everything is dumbed down for them, right? They're even their education that they're getting is even watered down. The TV that they watch is watered down. The music, the lyrics that they even listen to. You even look at the way music is even today. It's all being dumbed down. It's always 3 or 4 words or smacking some woman's arse or something. It's not actually proper music, like. Do you know what I mean? Go ahead.
Listen, I know exactly what you're saying. Everything is simple. Everything is simple, watered down, and spoon-fed. Everything is built around not having to pay attention. And zero attention span. Okay? I like sci-fi where I have to pay attention to follow the story. Where I have to think. I enjoy that.
Yeah, same here.
That's what sci-fi used to be. You had to follow everything. Everything now is exposition. Take a few minutes, spoon feeding everything to you, talking to you like you are a 5-year-old who can't think.
Exactly.
And with zero attention span, and then spoon feed you everything. And I can't understand the people who enjoy that.
I know.
And they like that. And then when you put in front of them sci-fi, where you have to think and have an attention span, they say, oh, it's boring.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it. It was confusing. Why? Because you're not being patted on your head and have everything spoon-fed to you?
Yeah.
I can't stand that.
No,
that sickens me.
Yeah. I don't know. For example, right, there's a film out there that I love, right? It's called Arrival. I don't know if anybody's seen it.
I love Arrival.
Right? It's probably up there. I have to say, right, I've said it. We had a couple of good sci-fi movies come out near close together. We had The Martian, we had Interstellar, and we had Arrival, right? Now, for me, out of those 3 movies, now my little brother will say Interstellar for him is the better movie, but for me, personally, it's Arrival. And I'll tell you why I say it's Arrival. Because if you don't sit there and watch that, you have to use your brain while you're watching that movie, right? So I'm being honest, I would love to get a bunch of young generation Jodie Whittaker fans in a room to watch Arrival and then sit them down and then ask them questions about, right, tell me what that movie was about. And they wouldn't. Exactly. They wouldn't have a clue.
They won't be able to tell you because they don't have the attention span to follow
exactly.
the story.
As my brother would say, they have the attention span of a squirrel.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. But I loved Arrival because you had to pay attention.
Yeah.
And I love that story.
Yeah, it's a brilliant story, isn't it?
Where their language allows you to see time.
Yeah. The pre-warn, I know. Absolutely brilliant story.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And that was brilliant writing, brilliant sci-fi, good acting, good writing, good directing. And guess what? You had a quote-unquote strong female character, but she blended well into the story.
Exactly.
She wasn't this preachy, radical feminist.
Yeah. I'm just going to say goodnight to Dane there. Hold on, Paul, for just 1 second. Sorry, mate. It's just Dane is going there, and I'd like to say goodbye to any of me subs that leave because. So, Dane, good night, and God bless. Look after yourself. We'll talk to you on Friday if you're going to join us. Go ahead, Paul. Sorry about that. I just wanted to say good night because you're saying good night in the live comments there.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. Go on anyway. What were you saying?
Yeah, I would just say, listen, man, I can talk all day about Arrival.
Yeah, same here.
Absolutely amazing.
But
And you know what? If you ever had the chance to watch Solaris and the original Russian version with the subtitles, not the George Clooney one.
Yeah, I know. I have watched the George Clooney one, all right.
Yeah, but the original Solaris
is good, is it?
Really good.
I'll give it a go. Yeah, no, I will. I'll definitely give that a go because we do watch old. I was guess what I watched there a couple of weeks ago. When Worlds Collide.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. Oh, great little movie. Great little movie.
You know what? So was This Island Earth.
I'll give it a go.
Little small, good sci-fi films.
I like those. They're the best ones. They are. Have to say. Oh, I said I have to say. I owe my wife every time I say I have to say. I'm at to saying it 3 times now. I owe her money because apparently I say it all the time. And now she's looking at me with those mad looking eyes. Right, Paul. Listen, been nice chatting to you. If you want to come on again Monday or no, next Wednesday, isn't it? Next Wednesday, yeah, because we've picked the day. It's every Wednesday now is the phone in. So if you want to phone in and listen, actually, you were saying you were talking about Arrival. Maybe I'll get you on one night when we do one of the Friday night shows. I'll get you on and we'll actually have a chat about Arrival because I'd actually like to talk about that movie a little bit more myself because I actually really love that movie and that'd be a nice conversation to have with you because obviously you're into it just as much as I am. So maybe I should get you on and do stuff like that. I'll get someone on. We can talk about our favorite movies.
Okay, listen. It was great, and keep up the good work.
Thanks very much, and come on anytime. I mean that. And thanks for your support, mate. I really appreciate it.
Best to you and your wife.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
There you go. Cheryl said thanks as well. Right, go on. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Now, and that was Paul, everybody. I hope I hope if there's anybody else there that would like to come on, just let me know. Oh, I see Peter Davison is here. And Extra Spice Mikey. Actually, for anybody that hasn't, that's only joined the live stream. So, as I said, one of the subscribers, do you remember he said they were sending me out a bottle of champagne? Well, I picked up the bottle of champagne. Now, I know you don't want to be mentioned, but I just want to say thank you very much. We really do appreciate it. We're going to open this bad boy when obviously the announcement is made. So yeah, so again, I love you all. Really, I really appreciate what you have done. And someone says I have to sing the Chris. Don't worry, I'm gonna record the Christmas song for you, right? And I'll even have Teddy Bear in it for you. All right. I might put some little antlers on him if I can get them on him without him ripping me hand off or me face off. But listen, 2 great calls so far, haven't they? Chuckzilla and Paul. Brilliant conversation. Actually, I wanted to ask people, did you hear them actually okay? Could you hear them good enough in the chat? I don't actually really drink champagne, but I'm going to drink the crap out of that one, I can tell you. Yeah, Arrival is the 2016 movie with Amy Adams. Yeah, that's the one I'm on about, Stephen. It's a great movie. I love it. Even the start. I remember watching that for the first time, being amazed when you seen the eight and the writing was coming up, and you had to. I'm not singing "It's Raining Men." Come on, it's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen. I don't know the bleeding song.
You're ruining my song.
I don't care. I don't even know it. Don't know it. Anyway, imagine if it was it's raining women. Hallelujah, it's raining women. Duck and cover, I'd be saying. Yeah, I would highly recommend if anybody hasn't seen Arrival to watch that movie and give it a go. Now, I will say, right, and as you heard me and Paul talking, you do kind of have to sit there and figure stuff out. It's what it's a. I love movies like that. I've always been attracted to movies anyway, where you actually have to do a little bit of thinking. Don't get me wrong, I like the action flicks and all that, and it's all right to have a bit of sugar, but once in a while you want something with a bit of meat, and I like me movies like that. So I like movies like Interstellar. I like movies like Arrival. Um, what you call it? So I mean, Memento was another one, another Chris Nolan movie, brilliant not movie. Memento was. I like movies like that, movies where you need to actually think. Uh, Watched Arrival in the cinema. The surround sound and score was amazing. See, Adam, I didn't get to see it in the cinema, and I reckon that movie would have been absolutely epic.
Sorry.
I'm being honest. Interstellar is brilliant, but I think Arrival is the better movie. Now, my little brother will disagree. He'd say that they're close, but he would say Interstellar. He likes Interstellar. Um, I mean, the four main sci-fi movies for me that have come out over the recent years have been Gravity, Interstellar, The Martian, and obviously Arrival. Life was I watched Life, but that was so predictable. Passenger 50, Passenger, whatever it was, that one, Passengers. That was actually an all right one. That had Jennifer Lawrence and the guy that played Lord Chris Pratt. Yeah, that was an okay movie. What about the new Blade Runner? My little brother loves the new Blade Runner. I have to confess, I haven't watched the new Blade Runner. I liked Oblivion myself, Paul. I actually only watched that the other night. Tom Cruise, brilliant movie. Passenger was a bit lackluster, 6 out of 10. I agree, it was just lacking something. Like the both of them were fine in the movie, but I do agree with you. And Michael Sheen is actually in that movie, by the way. He plays the droid behind the bar. Rocker Runner says, anyone seen the low budget movie Origin Unknown? Kind of makes you think. I haven't, but I like low little budget movies like that. So I'll get Paul. Passengers was good, fair, above average. Says, yeah, it was okay. I mean, I only watched it for Jennifer Lawrence. I'm gonna admit. Sorry, but Jennifer Lawrence is hot, and I told me wife, I'd leave her for Jennifer Lawrence tomorrow. Like, but she'd leave me for who was it? Who?
Shamar Moore.
Shamar Moore?
Yeah.
Who the feck is down there home?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No lines.
Okay, don't know. Yeah. So she'd leave me for someone. So Matthew Pounder says, loved Interstellar, great film, a homage to Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, I would agree with that. Michael Sheen's in Underworld. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Underworld series, to be honest. Kate Beckinsale, she's another hot chick as well, actually. But yeah, I don't know. She did that new Total Recall with Colin Farrell. Now I know I'm going to get a bit of stick for this, right? Okay. The original Total Recall will always be the better movie. I'm not denying that, right? It's brilliant, right? I could understand what they tried to do with the new Total Recall. I actually didn't think it was a bad movie. It just shouldn't have been called Total Recall. I mean, I had Bryan Cranston and all in it. Like, I mean, You can't. The actors in it, brilliant. I know that doesn't make a good movie, but the story was pretty good as well. It just shouldn't have been called Total Recall, in my opinion. It wasn't as bad as the new RoboCop anyway. That rebooted RoboCop movie was bleeding dire. I really liked Edge of Tomorrow. So did I, Chuckzilla. That's a great movie. Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt. They're supposed to be. They've been talking about a second one for ages. So I don't know if that's still happening or if it's off the radar now. But it's not something on CW. Is a homo woke Batwoman thing. Has anyone seen the Krypton series? Well, Krypton has been cancelled after 2 series. Anybody that I've seen talk about it says it's a woke fest. It's absolutely dire. It actually ruins the whole law of Superman. And then there's others out there that actually say it's very good. For me personally, when I look at the actors and actresses in it, I just look at them as former supermodels and models that couldn't get another job, so decided to take their hand at acting. And that's the kind of actors and actresses that they employ on CW. Jodie Whittaker type actors and actresses. Jodie Whittaker should be working on CW and not BBC and Doctor Who. She'd fit right in there. She could play a role in Supergirl or something. Play Supergirl's mother. She'd actually do that well because she's that woke. Hold on, I see that my phone's flashing, so I just want to see if anybody is texting me to see if they want to come on. Is there anybody else that wants to come on and chat? We'll take one more call or maybe 2 more calls. So if there's anybody there that wants to come on, even someone that hasn't even come on. Krypton got season 2 got cancelled. Krypton season 1 was good, but season 2 fucked up. I haven't watched it, to be honest. I was at the last time, Lord. I have been asking loads of people about this show because it was something that I was actually interested in. But when I seen the trailer and I seen the actors, I'm sorry. It's just CW actors and actresses are just. I'm sorry, they're just. Arrow's gone shit. Yeah, but it's like everything in the CW cheap. Get away. That's why we don't get Swamp Thing anymore, because DC wanted to spend a cheaper budget on Swamp Thing. They wanted to make it like a CW show, and no, right? It worked the way it worked. And look, I know people are giving it about Swamp Thing because apparently certain characters would change, but because I've never read the comic book or I've never seen anything of Swamp Thing, I went into it without knowing any of these things, and it didn't make a difference to me, right? I'm basing the show on what I seen, and I have to actually say I thought Swamp Thing was actually a decent show. I actually plugged it here a couple of times. I actually even went to say it was probably one of the best shows that I've seen in a few years. And that is the case because I've seen a lot of shit over the last few years. So I mean, I've watched Discovery. Well, I got 5 episodes into that. I mean. Of every show that you watch now goes woke. Krypton killed itself, says Peter Davison. And he says, Lady Lita Zod, actress, is smoking hot. She can do TV commercial for me. I don't remember someone selling melons in Total Recall. No, there wasn't a 3 boob girl. Oh, there was a 3 boob girl there. There was, though, I think. But it wasn't. Yeah, that always freaked me out. Though 3 boobs. Actually, seen someone on Dr. Pimple Popper with 3 boobs. Yeah, Dr. Pimple Popper. So the wife has me watching all this like what I would call rubbish TV. Like, you know, Dr. Pimple Popper, Smothered, and all those stupid shows. So, like, my intelligence is slowly and surely being dragged out of me. Yeah, smothered, whatever. Same thing. Bunch of bleeding mothers and their daughters, and scripts given to each and every single one of them, and 2 that actually look like prostitutes. Right, there's this one, right? She's about 48 or something. She got a boob job, right? So she has the big boobs, right? She's got blonde hair. And I don't care what her name is, love. To be honest with you, right? All I know is she's like a woman that shouldn't be allowed outside the door, right? And you know what? Another thing as well, I'll just say, see all those filters that are online that you can get, and women use them. They shouldn't be allowed to use them. That's false advertising. There is. Imagine if you went on a date, right, and you see this beautiful. No, well, I don't use them. So, like, and any man that uses a filter is an idiot. Right, what's happened, men, these days? I've seen a couple of men in a tanning booth. What is that? What happened to being real men? Is there something wrong with being a real man? All this fucking, I'm going to get me tan on, right? And then I'm going to get the hair done. I'm going to get me face done. I'm going to get me nails done. Do you know what? Men really sick of me today. They really do. What's happened, Jess? What's happened? Do you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with being a man. I'm not saying you have to be a dickhead, but you could be a man. Do you know what I mean? Men don't go to tanning booths, right? Men do not put fake tan on. Yes? Jesus Christ, you've all lost the plot. And all this metrosexual thing. Oh, that's what they are. A man that looks after themselves, metrosexual. Ooh. I don't know, guys. I just, you know what? It's just, oh, full of fakes. Full of fakes. That's what the world has become. Full of fakes. And I don't like it. Does anyone see those prostitute pictures in a telephone booth and see that dodgy guy calling the girls up? Oh, the one of the 1800 numbers or something. Metrosexual men, a man with a man bun on his head wearing a man purse. Yeah. Do you know what? You've obviously never been to Essex, no. I have seen that show, The Only Way is Essex. What's it called? Towie? Yeah, I have seen it. They're not men, they're idiots. And do you ever see the conversations that they have? It's not actually anything of substance. It's always something about something stupid. A couple of them have been on quiz shows and they've been absolutely annihilated because they've no education. None. This is the kind of society that we're breeding. Gobshites like them, right? If I had the muscles, right? I freely admit that I don't have the world's greatest body, right? But if I had the muscles, I had the tan, right? I know I'm a good looking bloke, so there's no denying that, right? The wife is laughing there because, yes, I am a bit and I know I'm a good looking bloke, and I'm not going to have anybody tell me any different, all right? End off. Right? But if I had the muscles to go with it, yeah, if I had the body to go, I certainly wouldn't be whacking on the old fake tan or body oil or going and getting me bleeding teeth, not me teeth, me feet done or pedicures. Do you know what I mean? I'm a fucking man. I'm going to let it all hang out. I'm going to have a beard. No, I'm going to do manly things. I don't know what's happened with men nowadays. They've all become a bunch of pussies. And all the men that defend all these woke things, right? You know what they're doing, don't you? You know what they're doing. You know when their families are going to be, you know what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Because they're idiots. Seriously, society. Right, anybody else want to phone in? Anybody else want to phone? Here, Matthew Pounder, you're here. Man, you phone in, man. I've been dying to hear you on the phone, man. You have plenty to say. Come on and say something, please. You come on, Matthew. Please, come on, Matthew. Come on, come on, come on. We've been, do you know what? Ever since I decided to do these calls, the reason why I decided to do these calls because I had you in mind. Because the first thing I said to Cheryl was, I said, Cheryl, could you imagine if we get Matthew on a call? And even Cheryl's laughing right now. Please come on. Because that'll be a call for the ages. Unknown to there. Daredevil was the last decent series I watched. Vincent D'Onofrio, yeah, because you all have to have weird names in America. Should have won an Emmy. An enemy? Jesus Christ. Sorry, guys, I had to hit me head there. Unknown 289 says I must say a lot of men are whiny nowadays and obnoxious and can't understand the basic concepts of life. A lot of them don't believe in space and don't know where butter comes from. Agree? I agree. It just wants their in their own little bubble. That's all that matters to them. Daredevil was really good. I agree. He played Wilson Frisk, very down to earth. Our version of a BAFTA novel. LOL. Oh, the Emmy. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know the enemy. Or yeah, didn't Ricky Gervais go on that and basically annihilate all the poshies, and then they all went into a bit of a fit because they were all that poor little fragile egos. They were all insulted by, uh, you know. Right.
Rocket runner.
What did Rocket Runner say now? I was once the centerfold in Hot Raccoon Monthly. Jesus Christ, where do you come up with all this shit, man? Seriously, every time you always have a gem. Series 11 is a complete pile of steaming, slimy, sloppy shit. I thought you were a goldfish, says 11289. I was sat on an oven, says Rocket Runner. So I don't see anybody saying that they want to actually come on. So I'm assuming that that's it for the phone ins. So I'll give it a few minutes. If anybody changes their mind there, come on. What's the ring, Hoss says Leland. The last time, Lord. How much is Marvel paying you? Sorry, I mean Raccoon Union. Right, so we had Paul on, we had Chuck on. Yvette is gone, so unfortunately, Yvette, I signed up to I signed up to the Sacred Shitless Fitness. Then my dead ancestors sat around in my bedroom, causing me to complete a full cardio session, screaming my arsehouse, is Geek Name Joel. Paul says, and I'm just at the being sent something. Hold on, we might have someone willing to come on. Oh yeah, I've been sent some pictures actually. So people have been sending me pictures because I did ask, obviously in one of the live streams, I did say if you were ever in a comic book place or anywhere that sells that that in the past to sell Doctor Who stuff or that still does sell Doctor Who stuff, they actually send me photographs and show me if any of the merchandise is selling, and I could see that a lot of it, even some Sylvester McCoy stuff and Peter Davison stuff, along with Jodie Whittaker stuff, is all on sale. Now you've got the classic stuff selling for 15. It was 17.99, and you've got the Jodie Whittaker stuff. It was 14.99, and they're selling it for 12 quid. And they still can't flog it.
We see robots of death.
Are you talking to me?
Oh,
you just in general. All right. Well, we'll see what everybody says. I'm just looking at these pictures I got. But it's very interesting because a lot of people are actually sending me a lot of pictures, and you're seeing it. It's actually happening on Twitter a lot. A lot of people are sharing pictures and actually showing the merchandise. And even though I have said that this merchandise would be selling to the people that actually support this, it actually does look like that even those people are not even buying the merchandise for the woman that they claim to actually support. Right? Her dolls are literally over 75% off in some cases. If you actually go and check out the Barbie doll that they have actually for her, it's going on sale. Actually, talking about Barbie doll, you will probably seen the video that I put up. So the group Mattel, is that what they're called? That group that makes Barbie? Well, the ones that behind the Jodie Whittaker Barbie doll. Well, they've decided that they're going to capitalize, obviously, on it, and they're going to bring out a Rosa Parks doll. Now I don't have any personal problem with them bringing out a Rosa Parks doll, but I mean, why didn't they do this years ago when when they were making dolls? Why all of a sudden? And another thing as well, if I read the article properly, is they also have politically correct dolls. So you have amputee. If I've read it correctly, have I got it here? Amputee dolls. I think they have. They introduced a Barbie doll in a wheelchair or something last year.
You're not gonna slag that, are you?
Well, a Barbie doll in a wheelchair? No, I'm not going to slag a Barbie doll in a wheelchair. I'm just saying, like, it's never been a thing. Why does it have to be a thing now? I mean, like,
So we're representing.
but you can represent people in different ways. I mean, I'm not being smart here, but how do you play with a doll with one leg? It's a straightforward question. Like, and I'm not being anything against anybody here. I'm actually asking the genuine question. How do you play with a one-legged doll? You can't. It's impossible. So I just don't see the point of a one-legged doll or a doll, a doll with one arm. You know, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I just like I know they want to highlight stuff and all this, and I do get that, and I really do, and I hope people don't take any offense to it, because I'm not trying to offend anybody here. For God's sake, Jesus, I wouldn't. But I just don't see the point in an amputee doll. I just don't see the point in a doll in a wheelchair. I really don't. I mean, I know you want to highlight that there's, that we're all different and stuff, and we know that. You know what I mean? But there's better ways to highlight people in wheelchairs if you want to address that, or amputees if you want to address that. Doing it in doll form, really? I don't know. Maybe this is just the society we live in, and things that I find strange are normal now. Because this is strange to me. It's all about money. Dolls for dollars, says Peter Davison. I have a 10 Funko Pop. He hangs out of my mini Tardis back in the States. Oh, apparently Walmart is sells Funko Pops. I wouldn't mind an old Doctor Who on myself. You were supposed to get that one over here so I could put it up on my shelf.
Yeah, well, you made me bring food you didn't eat.
Yeah, but I'd love a Peter Capaldi one. That's the one I want. I don't want anybody else's. Just Peter Capaldi for me would be a dream. Have I ever said I've been pinned on the Doctor Who comments for one of the Series 10 videos in 2017? Very weird now to think about it. LOL. It's all about. Oh, I read that one. Paul says this whole world has went and gone soft. Yes, it has. The Last Time Lord, is that Jodie doll? Is Jodie a doll, and is she on the dole because she didn't get enough of that juicy SJW support? Oof. I agree. I mean, look, even I'm surprised the fact that the merchandise is not even gone. To be honest with you. 10289, you've just have to be careful and don't break its arm off. No. I was actually being serious, and I know people are trying to lighten the situation up and all that, but don't. I'm actually asking a genuine question. Like, how could that be entertaining? A man can't be a man anymore. Kids get participation trophies for showing up. Kids need safe spaces. If I went home and said I was bullied in school, my parents would say, man up and go and handle it. Yeah, well, I agree that worked for us, right? And I do agree with you. It doesn't work for this generation and it has moved on. But I would say, don't be a pussy. I mean, parents do make the situation worse. I hate when parents and adults tell their kids, if you're being bullied, tell us. No, don't, because it gets worse. Beat the shit out of them. That's how you sort it out. Yeah, beat the shit out of them. You might get kicked out of school, but you'll always be put in another school. Just do what I did. Beat the shit out of them. What? I'm sorry, but yeah, beat the shit out of them. That's what I did. I got kicked out of the school because I was being bullied by a teacher and I beat the shit out of them. That's how you do that shit, right? You don't let anybody, right? And it doesn't matter who it is. You don't let anybody talk down to you or belittle you in front of other people either, right? Comes a time where you need to stand up for yourself and stand up for what you believe in. And this is why YouTubers, and you'll notice, yes, it is mostly grown men that moan about Doctor Who. Yes, there's women out there that moan about Doctor Who, but I will say the majority of them are men, and I'm not afraid to say that. But the reason why it is because that's most of the fucking audience. There's certain things that should be left alone, right? And if you know what? Do you know what I'd say to all you pro Jodie fans, all you SJW fans, and all you NPC fans, right? I'm put you all into one category, all you radical feminists. You know what? If you're so worried about representation, right? You're so worried about, having shows to represent you, well, then go out and make them, right? Don't be stealing franchises, yeah? Go out and make them. But you won't make them. Do you know why? Because someone said it in the live comments earlier. It's too much bleeding hard work for you. You won't do your own leg work. It's easier to just come in and steal, right? But us fans here are fighting back. Yeah, I don't know. I'm telling you. Today's generation, I will be criticised actually for saying if a bully hits you, hit them back. But I'm sorry, that's the generation I'm in. If a bully hits you, you hit them back. End of. Right? You don't go mountain to an adult. You make it worse. I don't think adults actually get it. It's only when you get older then you realise that the adults are actually wrong when it comes to the whole bullying situation. Even bringing in a bully's parents is not going to make the situation any better either. Right? What you do is you take the bully out, right? You take the bully out, the main bully out, the rest of them all fall. The same in this fandom. There's a couple of bullies in this fandom, yeah? You take the head honcho out, the rest of them all fall away, right? A couple of them have tried it on with me and have failed anyway. And now I have another gobshite that thinks he can come and badmount me over the internet. Well, you should look at the other people that did that to me and look at what happened to them. Because they're not around anymore and I still am. So I'm over here most of all the time. That's what she said. Ha ha ha. Am I missing something there?
Yeah, we're laughing.
All right. He's having a private conversation there. Okay.
This generation is soft.
I actually read that out, so you weren't you're not listening to me then. See that? I read that whole sentence. So she's reading Paul's sentence out to me. I read that out, right? And she's reading it back to me because she's not listening.
Yeah, it's because Rocket run around with it.
Oh, King John is back. Hail King John. The king has returned. Well, there's only one king on this channel, and that's King Teddy Bear. I'm sorry. Teddy is the boss. Right, so I got sent a little juicy little video. Let's see. I hope it's of Jennifer Lawrence. No, it's Dr. Who. Oh, it's actually a video of this shop. So hang on. Right, so we've got a bit of Cyberman stuff going on. We've got the Doctor Who Brigadier. So this is all the old Doctor. Oh, we've got a bit of Christopher Eccleston, the War Doctor. Right now, show me the Jodie Whittaker stuff. That's what I'm interested in. So he showed me all the Doctor Who stuff, and there seems to be a lot of it on the shelves. The Cybermen. Jesus. There seems to be. See, look, here's the thing as well, though. This era is doing a lot of damage to merchandise as a whole, though, because other merchandise is suffering too. Um, it's ridiculous. I mean, look, baby, pull the plug now. Do you know what? This series 12 shouldn't even be aired. They should have just pulled the plug after. Sense8 was actually good. That was a show that I was really looking forward to, and then I heard they cancelled it. I don't know what it is with all these big companies now, like Netflix, excuse me, Netflix and all those. They do a show for a couple of seasons, and even though successful, then they'll just axe it. It just doesn't make sense. TV today is shit. The way they produce it, the way they go about it is absolutely crap. Right? They actually had more concern about the type of stuff that they were actually throwing out. Right? They actually cared about the stuff that they threw out. Right? But now they don't care. You know, if something doesn't work, they cancel it and then they put something else in its place. That's the way it goes now. Noel, I wanted to ask you, are we getting Series 12 because the actors are under contract? Series 12 is still going ahead. That's the thing that puzzles me. You know, after Series 11, apparently they apparently handed in their resignations and said they were going to go, and apparently they were persuaded to stay for this series. That's why I know for a fact, you know, I'm saying I believe me when they tell me that they're gone for good. Now, here's the thing, though. It will be interesting because this series has to be promoted, right? So now I just need you all to know this, and I'm just going to say this because I know some of you straight away, as soon as you even see Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall together and they're talking about Doctor Who, I'm going to have some people coming to me, well, you lied. You told us lies. You lied. They're not going. They're still under contract. Why is my throat gone like that all of a sudden? They're still under. Sorry. They're still under contract, right? So someone has to promote the show. So Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker come back and they're all smiles and they're telling everybody that everything is all right. Don't read on into that. Don't be thinking, the sources on your source lied to you. You lied to us. You gave us all hope and you meh. Right? I've told you from day one anyway. You know, all the information that I get is speculation and rumor, and we just happen to be in the position where me source has been right on 3 occasions, and that's why we're in the position that we're in now, where we can be a little bit more confident than other people can be. You know, when I've been told, you know, that's what's happening, Chris Chibnall, Jodie Whittaker. But if they do come back, right, to promote the era, to promote the series, don't be like all saying, oh, you're all liars and this, that, and the other, right? They'll still come back and be all smiles and all, because that's what the BBC bloody do. And if that's what the meeting was, listen, we know you're gone, but you've still got a feckin' job to do. You've got to go out and promote that, and then you can pack our bags and leave, right? Stephen Griffiths is heading off. Dozing off, calm down, too much to rant. Got to go to bed. Have to go to my shitty hellhole job tomorrow, guys. Noel will come on to rant next time, fella. Be safe, everyone. Stephen, look after yourself, and I'm sorry that you're going to a job that you don't like. I know what that's like. I bleeding hate jobs that I don't like, especially if there's people in the job that are idiots. The last Time Lord says RTD is the only writer who could do some shit. The Doctor, aka Amy, says, "Oh, you're asking how Cheryl is, so I'll leave you to that because, like, you know, that's the question that I get asked the most lately is how's Cheryl and how is Ted, and now nobody asks how I am. Nobody cares about how I am. It's all about Cheryl and Ted. They seem to become the stars of this channel. They're not even on, like." Yeah. If they really knew what the 2 years were like, trust me. They will bury season 12 in the graveyard slot. A la class, says Matthew Pounder. Raymond O'Reilly says still under contract, but can't see Chibnall for filling his end. Can see Jody doing her end. Yeah, that would probably be the most likely scenario, Raymond O'Reilly. I agree with you. I think if I was to be a betting man, I'd say more than likely it'd be more than likely Jody Whittaker than Chibnall. But if you see one without the other, then obviously make up your own mind. But if you see one without the other, you don't need to be a rocket scientist. This, no. And so, time for bed. A few years are heading to bed. Noel, how is your computer? Well, the stream seems to be going fine. But there was a system upgrade on it, so it looks like it might be a little bit better. I still do maintain it's YouTube. By the way, I see 31 people are watching right now at the moment. If you haven't gave the video a like, please do. Please do if you like what I'm saying. Obviously, if you want to give it a thumbs down. I see that the stream got its obligatory two downvotes even before the stream started because of the two sad individuals that have decided to, subscribe to my channel and actually add to me subscribers, but actually just to downvote me videos. Even the Peter Capaldi videos that I put up that had nothing got to do with anything negative, were just about where they were three. See, I told you guys before, I originally was on YouTube doing little slideshow videos with a bit of music, right? And I had 3 Peter Capaldi videos that I so wanted to put on this channel. So I was able to get my hands on them and put them up on the channel, and they've even downvoted a couple of those videos. I mean, look, fair enough. You don't agree with what, but if you're downvoting videos that have nothing got to do with the content that you're actually angry about, then you're a sad little individual, and you actually need to get a life, And I'd also just like to say to that YouTuber that I spoke about a couple of days ago, you all who know I'm talking about. If any of your supporters come near me again, I'll be contacting Twitter and YouTube respectively to let them know that you're allowing people to bully other people online, and it's because of your what you've been saying. Is Jody downvote, or do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised, Matthew Pounder. Do you know, she's probably sitting there watching all the anti Jody Whittaker YouTubers. And the Capaldi episode with Maisie Williams as a shield was weak. Another waste of Capaldi and of what's her face? What's the Maisie Williams? Yeah, a waste of Maisie Williams. She's a great little actress. Yeah. The hybrid storyline was wasted. Again, that's Moffat. He'll dangle something in front of your face and then he'll just pull it away because he's an idiot. Now, Moffat writing individual stories, great. Moffat as showrunner, failure in my opinion. Failure. A complete failure, no, but a failure. I'm just saying because I just like to check and see if anybody actually wants to come on still, because I could take one more call for the last half hour if someone wants to come on. I've got some people sending me friend requests. Remember, guys, just to let you know, at the moment I don't actually add people on Facebook at the moment. Because it still is my private account. Well, let's say it's my private account. It was my private account. I've actually I don't have another account, but what I've done is I've taken all the stuff off that I needed to take off. I will end up changing it will be changed to the Tardis zone. know the Tardis zone eventually. Then I'll add people. But at the moment, there's only a few handful of people that I'll add because I know them a while. Because you have to be safe nowadays, especially with the age of social media. The null zone. Well, I could put it up as the null zone. Yeah. By the way, I've just seen another video out there as well, actually saying, someone saying about the Cosmic or the Titan Comics article where they said that BBC that there wasn't going to be a Christmas special. Right now, here's the thing though. Someone actually made an interesting point though. Titan Comics wouldn't have an exclusive over Doctor Who magazine, and Doctor Who magazine haven't mentioned that about a Christmas special, or Christmas special not happening. Now, as I've said, he is on this channel. We have said that more than likely the Christmas special is not going to happen, but it could still happen over the period, the Christmas period, or it could be some sort over the Easter period. But it will be some sort of special, right? But that is an interesting point because Doctor Who magazine would normally be the one that would be the one when it's talking about Christmas like this. So there could be still a bit of hope. Not that we want it, but you know what I mean. It still could happen. So I wouldn't be ruling out still a Christmas special happening, to be honest with you. I've got I'll add this guy anyway. There we go. We're added. Well, I mean, he has a photograph of Peter Capaldi and Kathy Manning, so like, yeah, why not? Yeah. Right, so nobody see, this is it. This is you guys. This is your show, right? So see these phone ins now. I know a lot of you are very shy, but you will have to help me out here. You will have to help me out here. The reason that this phone in only works if people are willing to come on and talk. A lot of you talk in the comments about the hybrid. Is there anybody that wants to come on and talk about the hybrid for the next 20 minutes? Let me know in the comments. Cheryl, you will alert me there because sometimes the comments alert me there and let me know if there's anybody that's in there that would like to come on and talk about the hybrid that hasn't been on already. Listen, guys, you guys voted on this. You voted for Wednesday phone-ins. This is what Wednesdays is. So, it only works if you guys phone in. And I know some of you are shy, but some of you, Yeah, I'm not a fan of resolution myself. No. I don't resolution. I don't even go there with that bleeding Dalek story. Do you know some people are saying that that's probably one of the best Dalek stories that has been in a few years? And I'm sorry, it's not. And I know people say, but I've watched this second time, it's not as bad as the first time round. I'm sorry, it's still it. No. If you don't get the whole concept of that, or what you were trying to do with that episode, well, then you're not watching it properly. Because clearly the Dalek was a metaphor, right? Dalek was men, right? It was on her back, told her to be silent. It told her that he was going to control her. It even had a male voice, right? So it looked like a female, but as soon as it opened its mouth, it was a male Dalek, right? And he made it clear it was a male Dalek, right? So that whole Dalek thing was a metaphor that men hold women back. That's what that whole scene was. That's what the whole era was about. The pregnant man as well was a thing got to do with transgender issues or whatever, right? Men can get pregnant, blah, 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 or men that you're whatever, right? You know what I'm talking about. Whole issues, right? Then you had Salad Guy. Poor fucker did nothing except be nasty, right? But the fact that he had white skin, he was going to be annihilated. Then you had the crane driver, the little young fella. I forget his name because he's so dopey as a character that I didn't even relate to him in any sort of way. The young fella, the one that was reading his self-help books.
Yeah, wasn't it Graham?
I don't know. No, we didn't have the same name. But anyway, right, there was him. He was weak, right? He was a pathetic yoke. Then you had the white guy in Kerblam. He was basically a fucking terrorist. Yeah? I don't know. Every white man. And then that Rosa episode, within the first 5 minutes, they dropped the N word just to prove a point. Look how progressive we are. We have just shocked the Doctor Who audience. And that made, and I'm not being smart, right? But listening to that, right? I know what when we watched. Carl, that's his name. Yeah, but he's so, and look, it's all his bleeding fault anyway that Tim Shaw kind of dies because he starts whinging like a little BH. Seriously, and then you got the Donald Trump wannabe, and then I'm forgetting about all the other white dudes that were insulted in it. But the main one for me, the one that pissed me off the most was it was actually where Jodie Whittaker actually did the best bit of acting, is where she was giving out to that single father that just lost his wife but found his wife in a kind of a whatever it was parallel. I still can't figure that fucking a talking frog. Get away, a talking fucking frog. Jesus Christ. They should have put Crazy Frog in it. Crazy Frog would have done a better job than that frog. And even Jodie, why is there a frog in here? Have you actually seen my video I did of that? So I'll put that little clip up and then Jodie Whittaker says, why is there a frog in here? And then I put up a photograph of Chris Chibnall. You know that stupid photograph of him in the 70s with the stupid glasses, with his ginger nut hair and that grey stupid suit? I said, because of this clown.
Amy said she'll talk to Dr. A.K. Amy.
Oh, okay. Right, it looks like we might have another caller. Oh, we do. Amy said she'll talk on the show. So we'll bring Amy on to have a little chat. So we'll ask Amy, obviously, Amy, if you're listening now, I'm going to ask you, obviously, your choice of doctor, stuff like that. But we'll actually talk about the hybrid as well. Do you think it was a wasted opportunity and stuff like that? And yeah, so this will be the last call of the night. But listen, before I start this call, I'm going to say it again, right? Every Wednesday is the phone in, right? If you want to be part of it, you add me on Messenger. No Glyn and the crest, the profile pictures, the Manchester United crest, okay? It's red and black and orange and yellow. You can't miss it, all right? Add me on that, all right? And then you can come on. I need more. I'm being honest with you guys. For this to work, for this platform to work, I want my channel to be different to other people's channels, right? But for this to work, I need more yous to come on. 3 calls is not going to cut it for a 3-hour live stream. Do you know what I mean? I will need more callers to come in. So I know some of yous are shy, right? But there's 35 of yous watching, right? So out of 35 that watched, only 3 found in. I think, in fairness now, guys, I think this could do a little bit better. Yeah? Yous help me and I help you. You know what I mean? This is your channel. This is what I'm trying to say. It's not just my channel. It's your channel as well, but you just have to interact with me. This doesn't work unless you interact, you know? No point of having a phone in if nobody's going to phone in. And I mean, 18 people voted on the poll, and I know it's only 18, but where's one of those 18 people that voted on the poll? Right, I'm going to get Amy on anyway. And I'm not giving out or anything. You know I'm not. I appreciate all the support and all, but this phone-in thing only works if you guys get involved. And I need you to get involved because I want this thing to be the new thing. This will be the thing when the new series of Doctor Who airs as well. You will be able to come on and give you our grievances about the show, or if you have any positive things to say. Do you know what I mean? This is going to be used as a platform for when Series 12 starts. So that's why I want to get this done now. This is basically the what you call it when you try something the first time. Test it. The tester. No, they don't call it beta testing.
Yes, they do.
No, it's not beta test. It's another word. Oh, she comes up with these American words. Not beta test. It's something else. Something like that. You're close. Something. Yeah. Yeah. That. Right. Yeah.
Yes, it's my fault. You don't know.
But seriously, this I'm not. I want this to go well because when it comes around then to Series 12, then you come on, you can phone in, and then you can rant and rave, or you can say something positive or whatever you want to do, right? But I need more yous to get involved. That's what I'm just trying to say. So we'll get Amy on, the last caller of the night. We'll get her on for about 10, 15 minutes because the stream ends in 20 minutes. So so where's Amy there? I'll give her a ring. Hold on. There she is. Okay. Right, Amy, I'm about to ring you there now. So just right, here we go. And the last caller of the night. Hello, Amy.
Hello.
How are you?
Doing good.
Right, good. Right, so you've heard the conversation that we've been having there just before you come on. So is there anything you'd like to actually, firstly, I'll ask you, who would you like to replace Jodie Whittaker?
I think the one I would like to have replace her would be, of course, Michael Sheen. He's my all-time favorite.
Right.
Or James. Those two.
Yeah. No other that just those two, yeah?
I can't. Excuse me?
Just those two, yeah? No other, just, have you not got your own personal choice or are they your choices? James Murray and Michael Sheen.
They are my choices.
All right.
Yeah, they are my choices.
All right. And if you really had to choose between those two, if you were the one that could choose between James Murray and Michael Sheen, who would get the nod?
That's a hard one because I like them both equally.
Interesting. Ted, look at this fella. Come here. He wants to come up. Ted wants to come up to everybody. There's Ted. Hello. Right, so we were talking about the hybrid.
Hi, Ted.
We were talking about the hybrid there. Someone said it was a wasted storyline. What did you think? Actually, we'll talk about Hellbent. What did you think of Hellbent?
Hellbent, I absolutely loved.
You loved Hellbent. Oh, you're in the minority there. A lot of people hate Hellbent.
Yeah, I like them both.
All right. Wow.
I like them both equally. Yeah. I am in the minority, but they could have.
There you go.
I didn't like the fact that they gave Clara her own TARDIS.
Yeah, I didn't like that myself.
Was stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Moffat was just trying to make a point there, I think. You know, that he could do whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to annoy the fans there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anything else
No,
that's on your mind that you want to get out there?
As far as the hybrid thing goes, I did not like that.
Yeah, a lot of people were kind of like that. Yeah.
I think it should have been with the Time Lords and the Daleks. That would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
If they would have done it with the Time Lords and the Daleks, it would have But what they did, making the Doctor the hybrid,
Yeah. Well, I don't even actually
No.
think they officially. I think that's what's annoying people. Actually, nobody knows who the hybrid is. I think Moffat teased it all right, and everybody was thinking, well, maybe maybe the Doctor was kind of maybe it was a Dalek and a Time Lord, and then no, it wasn't a Dalek and a Time Lord. Then everybody was thinking, well, maybe the hybrid was actually the hybrid is part Time Lord, part human, like they were talking about. Maybe that was a reference to the movie. Maybe he was going to do something about it, and then Moffat probably scrapped the idea.
True. But it just the whole thing was just poorly handled. They
Yeah.
could have just scrapped the idea and then just started over.
Yeah.
But plenty of kudos to Peter for having wonderful acting with that crappy storyline.
Yeah. I know he hasn't had a really good and under Moffat. Actually, Peter's probably suffered more. Matt Smith got it near the end of his, but not as bad. Not as bad. Isn't that right, Ted?
Definitely not as bad.
Yeah. Ted agrees.
But and I was gonna say, to the two doctors I love the most in New Who are Matt and Peter.
Yeah.
A lot of people disagree with me and say that David's the best.
Oh, well, Cheryl would agree with them because she actually is a big Tennant fan girl.
Yeah, but you're
What?
explaining it wrong.
How am I? You're a big David Tennant fan. What am I explaining wrong?
I'll explain it later.
Oh, so she needs to explain it to me later, even though like she likes his hair, his teeth, and she likes the way he talks and stuff like that, and she gets all giddy when she watches him on screen. But yeah, she'll tell me the reasons later. Yeah, she was a fan girl. She won't admit it. She was like all those other women out there. Oh, look at David Tennant's beautiful. Look at his beautiful hair and his teeth and his skinny legs. He wasn't even that attractive looking. Something wrong with you all. He wasn't even that nice looking. Matt Smith was a nicer looking bloke than David Tennant. Isn't that right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah. Yeah, see? Now even Amy agrees. America. Say it, Ted. Say America. America. Tennant is overrated. McGann is where it's at, says unknown 289. I agree with you. I do think Tennant is overrated. I've said this. Cheryl doesn't like me saying that, but it is true. He's an over actor. In some of the episodes, if he had toned it down, in my opinion, it actually would have been a better episode. It was the fact that he was an over actor, that kind of. And near the end, that whole regeneration, and I keep saying it, his regeneration scene, right, was one of the worst that I've seen, seriously, in New Who. Just go already. Do you know what I mean? It's like, why me?
Yeah.
Why me? Get away, you vain little fecker. Get out. Nobody wants your teeth in your hair anymore. Go.
To me, time has not aged that well.
No.
I liked it at first because it was happening.
Mm-hmm.
It was emotional.
Yeah.
But as time went on, I've just gotten over it. And I'm just like, okay, this has not aged at all. But I think Matt's was done just right, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. He won me over after, that scene in 11th hour. Like, he convinced me he was the Doctor.
Oh, yeah. Right away. I knew he was the Doctor. But then again, during like halfway through the first episode with Peter, I knew he was the Doctor.
Yeah.
Didn't even take the whole thing. Just halfway through, I knew he was the Doctor.
Yeah. So
I mean, but then again, I just love Peter Capaldi and everything he does.
Yeah.
But and as far as old Who goes, my favorite Doctors are William Hartnell and Tom Baker.
Nice. Someone, oh, that's unusual now because a lot of people, even though William Hartnell was obviously the first guy to play the Doctor, he kind of gets overlooked in that aspect when people are asked who their classic Doctor is. It's normally either Pertwee or Baker. Mostly Baker, I have to say, because obviously people will consider him the most definitive Doctor out there. So that's yeah, I like them choices. I'm a Pertwee fan myself now. See, I'm recently watching Pertwee's era again, and I've become a Pertwee fan all over again. So
Oh yeah, I love him.
so
But Tom Baker was the Doctor when I first started watching back in 1978. So he was my Doctor
yeah,
when I started. So he's got a special place.
yeah,
But Hartnell, he's the one who started it all.
yeah.
So, and Troughton, big shout out to him because he kept it going. But Hartnell, he was the first one.
Yeah.
He went through the hell of getting it going, trying to get it popular, and I love to meet more after an adventure in space.
Send me a message Wednesday, and we'll organise you coming on again if you'd like.
It sounds great.
All right.
I'm up for it.
Right, lovely. Right, well, we'll get in touch with you. Thanks for calling in.
Well done, Amy.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
And, well, as my wife said, well done, because we know it's hard coming on and talking. So, fair play to you. And I'd like to say thank you to everybody else also who participated in the calls. Remember, Wednesday nights is the night that you get our chance to have our voice heard. So, yeah. Right, Amy, I'll talk to you soon, and thank you for a great call, and we will talk to you on, well, obviously we'll see you during the week, but we will talk to you on Wednesday.
All right. Thank you very much.
No problem. You have a good night.
You too.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And that was Amy, everybody. So, yeah, we've had some great calls tonight. Obviously, not as many as I would have personally liked myself, but I suppose for the first proper one, it hasn't been too bad. I couldn't have asked for any better, to be quite honest. The stream has frozen for me. Some people are saying I've refreshed it, but it won't come on.
I had to do twice.
You have to
I'm
refresh.
gonna refresh it twice. You're back on now, but you weren't.
I keep losing viewers every time that happens.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know what's going on. There has been an issue. At first I thought it was my own internet, but it's not. Because that's fiber optic. It's what's a 300 meg or something or whatever it is. We got the highest speed or whatever it is. It's 380, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. It's fiber optic, right? It's like
Refresh it a couple times, it'll come back.
and the signal's strong. It's YouTube. And do you know what? It's weird because people are telling me that they've been subbed to the channel and they're getting unsubbed to the channel. They're not getting notifications for videos or anything like that. I do not know what's going on. There's just something weird going on with YouTube, and I'm sorry. Apparently, you have to refresh a couple of times. And I'm sorry if you all, I don't know if you've actually got to hear Amy there, because obviously some of you are telling me that the stream had gone a bit. But every time it has gone twice. I've actually noticed. That's why I was wondering why it went from 38 people watching to 24 in the space of 2 minutes.
It's okay now. It was frozen.
YouTube trying to control freedom of speech and only supporting conglomerates until conglomerates shut them down. Here's the thing, though. They need us right on YouTube. They need creators on YouTube. They should not be punishing and it doesn't matter what they create. Everybody has the freedom to create what they want. Obviously, if it borders on hate and stuff like that and other stuff, I don't agree with that. But everybody should have the right to do it, to set up a channel and do the content that they want to do within reason, right? As soon as you start telling people that they can't form an opinion and then be allowed to have that opinion public, well, then that's where then you start losing credibility. YouTube need to stop doing what they're doing, but it's not just YouTube, right? It's also Google, right? It's also Twitter, right? It's also Facebook. They're all adding these different algorithms now, and they're routing out Facebook pages, Twitter accounts, YouTube channels, you name it, whatever platform these people are on that go against the establishment or go against the status quo are being targeted, right? And yes, you say, well, your channel's small, why would they target you? They're targeting all channels, including small, big, small, medium size. It doesn't matter. If you're saying something that they consider hate speech now, see, this is what they've labeled it. They consider something hate speech now, then you're in serious trouble. Your channel's in serious trouble. I've already had a strike on this channel because of a video I have done, right? Because I was exposing bullies, okay? Which this channel used to do. Now, I still call people out, but I don't do the expose videos anymore because apparently some whiny little bitch just went to YouTube and cried to them, even though they were the ones that were bullying someone and tried to get someone sacked for them from their job. And what I've always done on this channel is I've always faced these fans head on. All right, this is what this channel has always been about. You'll always, as I said, you'll always get me brutal honesty. You'll always get the passion on this channel, right? Because I'm a passionate person. No matter what I'm talking about, I'm passionate about it. And, you know, there's YouTubers that are having a go at me because I'm passionate. They say, well, you claim to be passionate, but you hate the show and you're not really a fan. Excuse me, who makes you the inspector and say that I'm not a real fan? Listen, mate, you might have been on this earth a little bit longer than me, right? But I'm watching this show since I'm a kid, right? I'm 40 years of age now. I've been watching it over 30 years of my life. So don't be telling me that I'm not a fan, right? Just because I don't like what you like, right? As I said, you want to watch, if you want to believe and watch shit, then that's up to you, right? Tardis, what do you think of Ace Creeper YouTube channel? I've heard of Ace Creeper YouTube channel, but I haven't actually watched any Ace Creeper videos. Is he another Pro Jody fan or something? Because I see you've got RZs. Oh, I see you've got Smiley. See, I'm looking at that a different way, so it looks like an upside down sad face. What does he do? Does he go after all these Pro Jody people? Because if he does, someone needs that. I used to do it, but you know, I can't afford any more strikes on my channel. Not yet, anyway. But just know me, I don't hold back, and I never will. So listen, it's been a great night. I've had a great stream. It has been a bit more relaxed tonight. I'm back on Friday with a special guest, by the way. Yeah, I have a special guest coming Friday. I'm not going to tell you who it is. You'll all have to wait and see who it is. And it's not Cheryl. So just in case any of you are thinking that, oh, you're going to bring on Cheryl. No, it's not Cheryl, but it is someone that is going to be talking about all of these rumors. We're going to get a little bit more detail into them. We'll also have some clarified. This person that's coming on has had direct contact with BBC, has asked for direct quotes and stuff. So this person that's coming on is no laughing matter, and it won't be this kind of stream. You'll get to see both faces. We won't be hiding anybody's face or anything like that. I think they're coming on as themselves anyway. And if you wonder what I mean by that is, I mean they're probably coming on as themselves and not as their persona that they have out online, if you know what I mean. So, Peter Davis says, good night, Peter. Nice to have you all the way from Australia, but you know what that's for. But listen, right, I'm gone over time. I have to try keep to the 3 hour live stream official time, because I was on the other night and nobody, I seen you all, were all very clever. I was still there chatting away, right? And I looked and it was 3 hours and 20 minutes into the stream, and none of you said that to me, because you always tell me when I hit the 3 hour mark, right? And you didn't. You're not telling me lately. But listen, I don't know who's on tonight live, but Ballstreck or Neurotic or Doomcock might be on. So that's who I'm going to listen to and see if any of those guys are on. That's what I do now tonight. Me YouTube has become my new TV, believe it or not. I listen to other streamers now, so I'll be doing that after I bring the dog up. I always do that. So whoever's on tonight, that's who I'm going to be listening to. So hope to see you all over on whatever live chat if you are there. Listen, I've had a great night. I hope you have a good night. Stay safe. I will talk to you all on Friday. Maybe. Oh, yeah. I have a podcast coming up with Dan from the type what's it? Why do I keep getting that name confused? Type over 40, yeah, the Doctor Who. They do podcasts, so I've been invited on to a second podcast tomorrow. I think it's being recorded. I don't think it's a live thing. I think it's a pre-record. I want to see Tardis on say goodnight. Jeez, yeah, I know. My wife says you're saying goodnight you say goodnight for about 5 minutes and then you eventually say goodnight. But that's just the way I do. I shouldn't actually say goodnight until I actually mean goodnight. But so I'm going to be on that. So as soon as that's up, I will alert you on. I'll put it up my Twitter, the Facebooks and all that, so you can actually hear that. So I'll be on that. And I will have Cheryl on sometime on the stream, but we will be going like this, because I have to protect my wife's identity, because she's wanted by the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, President Trump. Who else? Yeah, after them. Right, good night. I am off. Have a good night. Enjoy life, all of that. And I will see you all on Friday. And if that breaks in the meantime, you know I'll be on. And I will have a video or two up, because you know me, I'm mad. I just keep throwing out the videos. And by the way, guys, please watch the other videos that I put out there, because you know you're helping the channel and stuff like that. And if you do like everything that I have said on this live stream, and you do know people out there that have similar opinions to me, please share the channel. If you haven't liked the video, please give the video a like. Also hit that notification bell and do the one good thing that you can do to support this channel, and please subscribe. I appreciate it all. Oh, and by the way, I never said it live, actually. I don't think I did. But I did reach 500 subscribers, but I wanted to wait a couple of days, because, you know, when I got to 500, it went down and then it went back up again. So we're definitely past 500 now. So I want to say thank you all to you all. And this is your channel as well. So congratulations to you as well. Right? So let's keep this up, and yeah, good few months ahead. And don't forget, I am going to sing that song for you. So good luck, good night, and God bless. And that's it.